socialism in our country.
Socialist leader.
America was founded on liberty and independence and not government coercion, domination, and control.
Sounds
We
like
are
you
Did you
just
born
say
free,
Did you
and we
say
will stay
Nazi?
free.
sounds like you just described the state of affairs in the United States, which you're saying is not happening.
We renew our resolve that America will never be a socialist country.
Too late, buddy. Sorry, bucko. Yeah, feel like we're already there.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Grim 86 Freedom First Podcast, right here and where the left
The
coast,
command bunker.
We're in and
the,
on.
the
You know,
left
it is-
coast, man.
Episode
And
26.
we were just watching some of the State of the Union. We're gonna go back to that because we really need to talk about this.
Right.
That was,
He's Chris.
Well, I'm Chris, by the way.
I'm Johnny Doe. And hey, do I look like a guy with a plan?
No.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
an agent of chaos.
Yeah, you get it. You're on the right track.
I got it.
That's Jamie over there.
Hey, James.
On the far left.
I'm just.
On the fucking left,
Yeah.
like always.
Hey,
I had
and,
to.
hey, and look who you are. You're.
I'm Kenny.
You're Kenny.
Yeah, and you're Johnny Doe.
Fuck. Better. Much better.
And
yeah.
we're back?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Ah.
And Chris always in the
There's-
middle.
Yeah, the force is like, we're one with the
We
force.
just
now.
gotta.
Yeah.
That was funny that you were Kenny for a second there, though.
Yeah, it was.
That was pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll have another beer. Fuck.
All right, so what's going on?
Picked up a new EDC knife today, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Went over
Ooh.
to. We got that new Big 5. that's in-
EDC is everyday carry for the folks at home.
So I had a Kershaw. It was a gunmetal steel either side. I went for this time with plastic. I went for a Tupperware knife. Obviously, it's got the metal inlays, and this one actually is spring assist.
Nice.
My first spring assist blade.
Tonto.
I'm very fucking excited about it.
Tonto blades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Zero
is-
tolerance right here.
Oh, see, you have the fucking badass
Yeah.
hardened steel with the fucking
It's heavy, though.
Dude, I love these blades.
Let
Man.
me just feel the weight on that one real quick. Just want to hear it.
Dude, it was.
Yeah. It's not, it's not actually that light.
No, it isn't. It's probably heavier than my other one because the other one that I
I thought it was going to be lighter than that. That's close to what mine weighs.
Dude, I think
it was
that-
on sale,
Yeah.
dude. I
Pretty
got
cool,
it
though.
for a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
steal. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
5-finger discount.
did you
or-
see that?
No.
No, not
Dude,
literally.
Well, you said
I didn't-
steal.
I love
I
it,
didn't
dude. This
So
is
literally
I was
awesome,
like,
man.
come on, don't be.
Let me see it.
I didn't literally steal it. No,
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
technically that's more than 90 degrees, huh?
cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Super cool, bro. Like it.
yeah. I'm excited.
Love
about
it, man.
My first spring assist blade. I'm super fucking stoked about it. It's a Kershaw.
Welcome
also.
to the family.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the jungle.
Ready to
I
go.
only carry assist now.
Well, the thing is like I knew how to snap out my older one.
Well, sure.
Like without
I
it.
remember 2001. Yes.
Yeah, you remember back in 2001.
Whipping out the.
No, I'm excited about it. It's nice
the
to have
old
it's
blade.
nice to have a nice brand new
Hashtag whip it out.
Dude, that
what
thing
they
is
call
very
the
sharp
fucking
too.
razor sharp Kershaw blades.
Right.
You can fucking shave with it when you first get them right out of the box, and they depending on where you get it from. I know some guys that used to get them from like the Snap-on trucks or whatever.
Right.
Lifetime warranties, all that kind of
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got that. on
Kershaw's
this,
a pretty
but
good
yeah.
brand. I like them. I like them.
Kershaw, Gerber, Benchmade. Those are like the
Well, Benchmade is like a whole level above that shit. So Gerber is kind of
Yeah.
like, it's good stuff. Kershaw's the same kind of thing. Maybe slightly better quality. I'm talking folders. And then, Benchmade is like,
you really
Whoa.
you put them like fucking.
oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and look at the price too.
well,
We're
yeah.
talking like
Spider?
200. So
Spider?
$200 to $300. Yeah, Spyderco is like
Really? That
probably
much?
in between that. Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
I have one Benchmade, and it is fucking insane. Any knife people at home, you guys will know what I'm saying. The zero tolerance one I have is like a $300 knife. So yeah. I think that Kershaw is amazing. I think that's like your best. It's going to have the best quality for the price. So
they're kind of like.
Yeah.
So
I have about 3 of them actually.
They're kind of like the bang for your buck, but also technically a premium.
Yeah,
technically premium.
Yeah, that's how I would.
Okay.
That's how I would say. And now
All
the
right.
thing about the problem with the Gerber knives is a lot of the Gerber knives, the folders, they all are going to have, and even the fixed blades, a lot of them, they're going to have serrations, and I can't stand serrations. So if you're a person that likes serrations, Gerber's a great brand. If you don't like them, there's only a few of their products that come without them.
Not a big fan
Does one not
of
have a
the serrated knives, man.
Oh, it doesn't? Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. My other one had serrations. I didn't really realize that.
So just notice that. Something to notice about their brand.
You
But
don't
Gerber
like-
is a brand.
You don't like the serration?
No, I'm not
Really?
a big fan of it.
Why not? Why not?
Because if you're in the field and you got to sharpen it and everything, it's like you got to get in there with the little rod. You got to do all that. I don't. You also when you're hitting torture testing and stuff, right? You're hitting wood or doing something with it. It's more likely to wear out your blade faster. Like if you're actually using it on something heavy, right? It's
Okay.
gonna chip those out. So if you have like those teeth, the little teeth, but the full blade, you're not gonna have that issue unless
Okay.
it's just shit metal. But that's just my opinion personally.
I
It's
feel you.
my kind of thing. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I can get into it.
Yeah. All right.
I
That was a little knife rant.
Yeah, fuck. That was
Yeah.
good. That was
Yeah. Super neato.
good. Well, do you guys want to go ahead and just
Shart.
shit on an entire community real quick?
Sure.
This would be fucking hilarious. So you guys remember
Fucking
we
free speech,
played-
bro.
Yeah, we played the fucking GameStop freakout about the fucking Superman. Okay, well, look what fucking somebody made a fucking Funko Pop out of, dude. Look at that shit.
It's pretty cool.
Ma'am.
I wouldn't want to look at that every day in my house. I'm just gonna say,
Fuck.
but that's pretty fucking funny.
fucking savage.
And I like how it's 01. Number 01, ma'am.
GameStop.
It should have been like underlined, ma'am.
What are these things called?
Pops, right?
It's a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's brilliant, man.
It's so good. I can't I
dude.
just whatever.
Only
I
at
just
GameStop.
thought I saw
Jamie's
that on
laughing
fucking
at other
Facebook,
people's.
and it was
yeah,
that
that's
was
cool. It's all good.
fucking hilarious.
Dude, that's savage, dude. I love
Free
it.
speech, bro. Yeah. All right.
As insensitive as it may be for me to laugh at that.
What do you mean?
You still think it's funny?
What do you mean?
I still think
Humor's humor, man.
Look, I saw it,
It is
Right.
funny as
and I
shit.
couldn't control myself, and that was it. I mean, like,
Yeah, I gotta
thought it was
share
funny.
this.
That's
Yeah,
like
I got
a
You
dead-
laughed and you're
Dude,
like,
fucking funny.
They were like dedicating a doll to her, dude. That's fucking awesome.
One, Jamie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this First Amendment stuff?
Here it
Eh,
is,
kind of, sort of.
Right there. There we go.
Yeah. Just
Oh.
so Alex Jones, if you're not familiar with him, he's kind of like a conspiracy talk host that does kind of libertarian / right wing conspiracies.
Kind of
And-
cringy.
Yeah, he's a shock jock kind of thing, right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Pure entertainment.
yeah, he's cool, whatever. But the point is that he got his channel pulled. What was this, like maybe 6 months ago or something like
he
that?
Totally
His,
deplatformed.
his channel from all the different places, and currently they went back in Facebook and they took out 22 more pages of any related, so not his main channels or his backup channels, but
Right.
anyone else that had anything to do posting it, they pulled the 22 more channels. And I guess in this sweep there was actually 89 total channels that they went through and sweeped it.
Like,
So-
are they talking
Deleted it completely.
throughout all media?
No, Facebook.
Just Facebook.
Oh,
yeah, we're just talking
Facebook.
Facebook
Yeah.
there.
So,
Well, that's funny because I had just saw an article by I can't remember who it was. One of those Facebook now people propaganda.
Sure.
So they had Alex Jones on there, and they were showing his show and exactly what he was saying, and like had it typed out and everything. So apparently you can talk about the guy, but the guy can't talk at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it just seems backwards. Well, they're
it-
basically doing what they're accusing Alex Jones of doing
Right.
is spreading his propaganda. You know?
Yeah.
Um,
It's crazy, man. So, okay, so
he
we
should
know
be allowed to spread his propaganda. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Sure.
He should be allowed to spread it.
So the argument is basically we have freedom of speech, which is he still has the right to say whatever he wants.
Right.
But then we're also talking about a private company owning the social media platform.
Yeah.
And so what needs to happen is people that are really up in arms about this and all the people talking about free speech, why don't people with money start making other platforms other than YouTube and Facebook that you can
totally
actually say things
unregulated.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, because okay, so
I mean, maybe they could have guidelines as far as like killing people in pornography because they don't want to have that on for kids or whatever. But people should be able to say opinions.
Holy
of
fuck,
things.
we got kicked off of fucking Pornhub for having poop in our fucking description.
Seriously?
And if they actually knew what we were talking about, it had nothing about shitting on someone.
It wasn't
talking about animal poop in the mail.
Yeah, it wasn't the Dutch love,
It's
as they call
time to
it.
fucking. It's time to end. Time to end algorithmism. That's
Algorithmism.
that is the first.
Oh, dude, I like that word.
Algorithmism.
We've had that situation a
time to
couple
end
times
it.
pop up on YouTube and Pornhub.
Dude, we get fucked so much on social media because they don't like the shit that we're saying.
Grim 86 Freedom First.
I have to load it up, and then when I load it up, if it gets
Hashtag.
flagged, then your video you cannot re-upload, and you have to re-edit some of it, so it's a different. It won't recognize the same video,
Right.
so you have to
Yeah.
keep doing that. So
Yeah, it
a couple
can't
of
be-
our shows, we've actually had to download up to 4 times to figure out what is wrong with it, and that takes hours to do that.
Yeah,
So,
hey, do you guys want to
Pain in the
know
ass.
how fucking long it takes to upload a fucking 1.5 gig fucking show on a residential cable connection? Get fucked. That's how long it takes. For fucking ever. For fucking ever.
That was good.
Really,
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, my fucking the tech minded people will
Sure.
be like, "Oh, that was a joke for us." Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Tech people.
I like it.
So
That was a good joke.
what you were saying though, like, why don't we develop new platforms that
Sure.
are unregulated?
Right.
I get it. Right. The thing is that when I used to work in the gaming industry, I used to have forums and shit, and people would be like, "Oh, you're gonna like stifle my freedom of speech," and I would literally just Gestapo all the shit. Like if there was like. I was a moderator, and they were saying anything that either wasn't relevant to the topic, or it was hate speech, or was anything. It was anything that wasn't pertinent to what the fuck we were talking about. I would delete it. So there would be a thread of only pertinent things. There was a question, and there was only pertinent, fucking helpful answers underneath it. And they'd come in and be like, "Why are you taking away all this bullshit that we're posting?" It's because. Well, because it's bullshit.
Because it is
and because
bullshit.
Your rights mean nothing here. This is a private institution. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But
And-
what you're
and-
suggesting is that somebody makes one that is unregulated.
Yes, yeah.
I'm
and when
all
you're
for
having
it.
a conversation, you know how the next conversation is going to get born out of being pertinent.
being important to the
Pregnant.
Yeah.
impregnated.
No.
Were,
Okay.
were you? Yeah. Were you making a joke there?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Being pertinent. I was like,
Yeah, rewind it. You might get it if you're
pregnant. Being pertinent.
yeah,
Pregnant.
yeah.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
sure.
But
I got real quiet.
But yeah.
No, people need to step. I think the reason why people aren't stepping up and actually doing that is because it's easy to just sit back and not do anything. You know what I mean?
Well, for one thing, it's fucking,
easy to complain about stuff and make a post or something, but actually get out there and make a show, spread some information like what we're doing, basically. You know, that takes some fucking time. You know what I mean? It takes some effort. And if you're not willing to do it, and you're not willing to put your so people for instance, if we had a lot of money, right, we would immediately be making a decision to make our own YouTube, right? I'm assuming. Like, I would immediately be putting my money into that, so people can say whatever the fuck they want on there.
Well, okay,
You don't have to be deplatformed and all that
here's-
crap.
Here's my opinion on that. For me personally, for us personally, because it hasn't quite come to that where it's not really affecting us yet, I would try to continually utilize the most popular form of social media until they start fucking on us, and then it's like, nope, now we're gonna make our own. We're gonna make our own fucking social media
it really
platform
wouldn't be hard,
with
I
blackjack and hookers. Get fucked.
Yeah,
like this is what we're gonna do now.
Yeah, but I mean that still shouldn't have nothing to do with making your own platform, right? So like you could still be utilizing it, just like how Grim 86 Free and Verse podcast is on multiple different things, right? So you could make your own, and then you could start putting your show out on there. Versus, you know what I mean? And you still can do it.
We're gonna do that. But it's going to be a website. It's not going to be a platform.
So it would have to
No,
be,
yeah.
it
But
would have
I'm
to be
saying
like,
if you have
like
money,
Tumblr.
why are they not making another YouTube? Why is no one doing that? Freedom of speech one.
I don't fucking know, to be honest with you.
Because they're status fucks is the answer, really. But yeah.
I don't know. Why doesn't fucking Alex Jones make his own fucking social
Right.
media
Instead of
platform?
spending his money on InfoWars and stupid fucking projects, why doesn't he do a free speech fucking site?
He could easily do it.
Yeah. But he'd rather
got
push
more-
his shit.
He's got more fucking money than we do.
Well, goddamn it, yeah.
I mean, shit, right?
Yeah, there's tons of people like that, right? Out there. It's just interesting that everyone talks all their shit and everyone wants to complain, but no one wants to do anything. We're doing Grim 86 is doing the best we can with the amount of money we have, right? We're putting out
is
stuff.
none.
Yeah.
Right.
By the
Putting
way,
out-
in case you're wondering,
Very
Yeah.
little.
So we're doing our shit, right? Where this guy's got hella money, why isn't he starting something? You know? Like, and this is all of them. It's not just we're not just picking on him. There's other people. Look at like Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro and all these fucks that try to say they're so free speech. What's that other guy's name from Canada? The guy with the glasses and the beard.
Yeah, I know you're
The
talking
cool
about.
guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's escaping me right now.
But it's starting to happen. You're starting to see like
what platform?
smaller social media companies.
Is there?
Well, I mean,
haven't seen
it starts out small, so I mean, maybe they are trying to develop something.
Maybe.
We don't know about it. I wish they would. I wish
That's
they would
called
just
the
fucking.
land of make believe.
I wish they would just do it. That way, we have something different.
imagination.
You know, I mean, there's got to be fucking huge amounts of money in it, right?
Ben Shapiro will probably do it. He's really neato. Like, you know, I don't understand why any of these guys that have all this money. Look at like Sean Hannity. We'll drop big names out now. We'll go to the next level of guys, right?
Big
who
plays.
have books, been out there, whatever. Why aren't they dropping? They talk all I'm freedom of speech, I'm this, that, and the other thing, and pro freedom. But I don't see anyone making a platform that's actually letting people have free speech.
Are there any new platforms where people can?
I don't know. I don't
So,
think so.
I mean, because I know there's
I'm
small,
gonna-
like there's tiny ones.
I'll
right?
even-
Like
I'll
that
even go
start
out
as
there-
apps or whatever.
I'll
but-
call myself out because there was I did set aside to join a third-party social media app several episodes ago, and I did actually join it, but I never ended up using it. I was going to report back and like tell the freedom fighters what it was all about, but I never did. It's called dude, it had a terrible name like MeWe or something like that or something. I'll look into it again, but it's like Facebook, all right? It's a social media platform, but it's like not unregulated,
Right.
but pro fucking
Free speech.
whatever politic. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever political.
But so okay,
view
wait.
you
So
have.
there might be a few of these little ones that exist, right?
Right.
However, if it was somebody, we'll use Sean Hannity again as an example. Like if it was somebody like that, they would be pushing that out there, right? They could do that, or we
Yeah.
can go on the other end of it. Rachel Maddow. Oh yeah, I'm a fucking whatever, and I'm a
Whoever.
liberal, whatever.
Just like-
Somebody big should be coming up with this and be like, hey, I don't like conservatives. I don't
fucking-
like whatever. I don't like this side or that
like
side, but I'm gonna allow
Barbara
everyone
Walters
to say it.
or fucking
As long
Ted
as-
Koppel or
As long as
fucking-
it's not violence against someone outside of that,
I mean,
it should be open for whatever what they want to say, right? About anything.
Yeah, dude. We really need
now
something
and
like
that brings
we really
something,
do, man.
That
do.
brings that brings something in that's controversial.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, what we're saying is we're not advocating it, but we're condoning it. We're saying that you are allowed to be then, let's say, racist or homophobic. Now, we don't fucking agree with
Sure.
any of that shit, but
Freedom of speech.
that is a freedom of speech. You are allowed to talk that way. If that's how you fucking want to conduct yourself and you want to bring yourself out there and
Well,
fucking be
I mean,
ostracized by your fucking
if it's
peers.
a public forum, right? It would turn into a public forum at that
Yeah.
at that point.
Well, yeah, freedom isn't pretty, right?
So, well, I mean, you have to
Not always.
You have to have your address on there. If your address and phone number on there. I mean, when people's information is out there for other people to talk to them directly.
Oh, I bet they get fucking polite.
Yeah, people get fucking polite. So you have just like people can find you in the public and find your simple information like your address or your phone number, you'll have to post it. I mean, you'll have to have it on there. People can contact you in case you do threaten somebody like that. I think that would be the only way, like a small amount. Because that's force against somebody.
Yeah, but that's also kind of insane for you to fucking sign up for something on the internet and give your fucking address. Like, could you imagine how a fucking platform like that would be only men? Because what fucking women, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, think about all the interactions.
I get what Chris is saying.
All the interactions in the world, dude.
Like the
people don't
that,
go.
Like, hold on. Yeah. The accountability aspect of it, fucking awesome.
I think it's kind of like the joke that you like let people all carry open carry and people would be all politer, and it's the same kind of thing.
It is.
Yeah. Is
it
that
really
concept?
Is.
I wouldn't want that. I'd rather just be the way it is.
Yeah.
However, the platform. But I get what you're saying.
It would have to be some kind of like. You're
trying to look for a check and balance.
Yeah, just some kind of check and balance.
I feel like it should be the way it is, in my opinion. It's just
too.
let people say whatever they fucking want as long as it's not violence against somebody else. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
because that's kind of the thing.
The non-aggression principle and voluntary. Boom. That's your only rules.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing.
You know what I mean? That's the only way to regulate that kind of.
Go ahead, Jamie. What were you saying?
Yeah. Well, what I'm just trying to say is that's
what you were trying to say.
With internet, fucking forums and social media, like. Anonymity is like 50% of it, right? You know me as a name. You don't know me as a person.
Well, why does changing into an ant have to do with this? Anonymity. It's like transforming.
You know what? Yeah. I wish my arms were longer. You son of a bitch.
All of a sudden, you wish you were a plastic man. Huh?
I know, right? Yeah. Stretch Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic.
Man. Yeah.
There you go.
No, it was Plastic Man, wasn't it?
It was Plastic.
The very first one was Plastic Man. Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, so yeah, the whole thing, like, it would be very nice for there to be some total third party social media where you could say whatever the fuck you want. However, I mentioned earlier, it wouldn't be very fucking pretty because then we'd have. There would inevitably be fucking hate groups.
Yeah, Ku Klux Klan, Black Panthers, whatever the hell it is.
There will be,
yeah,
but that's free speech.
It is free speech, and here's this is the thing that like I don't want people to fucking like mistake us for. Like just because we condone free speech doesn't mean that we condone
what they're saying.
The things that people say when you get fucking free speech, okay? Like fucking, we're not racist, we're not homophobes.
Have you ever run across someone that actually says they don't believe in free speech? I have a few times.
Oh, please tell me this story.
Oh, I can't. You know what? I can't remember exactly, but they go, well, free. I think the way that they phrase it, I've had this a few times. They'll be like, free speech is not absolute. Right? Have you had the same kind of thing?
That same
it's something like
argument,
that,
dude.
and I'll get that, and I'll be like, "Well, what do you mean? Well, you can't yell fire in a movie
in a crowded movie
and
theater,
you cannot blah blah blah." Why?
It's all this thing.
So you're gonna tell me if I go fire, you're not gonna use your senses and look around and be like, "Okay, there's no smoke."
Yeah.
No one's running.
Hey, you know what happens when you go fire?
Not really
look,
a fire.
Look, I'll show you to all of our viewers watching at home.
Fire. Contact front. Do, 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 do. Fire!
What the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Nothing. Fucking nothing.
That's what I would say. I would be like, what the fuck? I wouldn't get up and run out of the room.
Yeah, right? You're going to assess for a second,
Of
right?
course. You use common sense, right?
So it's pretty crazy that people think that's and notice, they always use that example.
They do.
They always do every single time because they've heard it on the media so many times. Day and being like, we survived. It was crazy. It got like below 60 degrees in my house or whatever. Yeah, it was funny.
You saw a shit where like Californians are like preparing for
it hit 30 last night.
Degrees.
I'm freezing my nuts off.
Yeah. A little bit.
All right.
Snow.
Well, hey, I guess.
All right.
Time to shit on the Democrats because like that's what we do.
Oh yeah.
So. First of all,
don't worry, the Republicans are going to get it more.
Yeah, if you fucking don't know what we're about, we say, fuck your two-party system. We're going to shit on everybody.
Freedom,
so, right now, tonight, we just happen to come across a really good shitting on Democrats video, so they're the ones that are going to get it. So, here we go. Check this out. This is great.
I'm a spokesperson for the Democratic Party, and I'm here to tell you why you need to
feel
vote
like she's
blue
not.
this November. Democrats are the party of
Doesn't know what to
love
do
and
with their hands.
tolerance. We promote
Dude, love and
inclusion and
tolerance.
acceptance, peace, and
Tear
goodwill.
shit up.
Republicans don't care about any of these things. They just want to talk about record unemployment, the economy, and keeping communities safe.
Yeah.
Fascists. Democrats
Yeah, well,
have
they are
positive,
statists.
practical priorities, like abolishing the
called-
Electoral College, eliminating due process, and banning hate speech. These are the values of the American people. Well, at least Americans that live in San Francisco and New York.
Is this fucking a
Republicans
joke?
often
Yeah,
use
Oh,
yeah,
slang
no, it's
and
totally a
rhetoric
joke,
like
dude.
She doesn't even dress like a liberal. She's like, that's her interpretation.
Look,
This is a conservative blonde lady's interpretation of a liberal.
Yeah.
She's wearing MC Hammer pants and a
Oh,
fucking
God,
blazer.
Kneeling for the
Fuck.
national anthem.
That almost got me, dude.
Democrats are the party of equality. So much so
And
that
I
they
was
like,
insist
oh,
on
shit.
unconditionally believing women and disbelieving men. Because,
But this is how
well,
ridiculous they
I know. This
If
is
you ask
fucking
us to explain this logically, we will
Listen.
scream in your face and call you a misogynist. Republicans want to take away a woman's sacred right to choose to have her child decapitated inside the womb and torn apart limb by limb with forceps. Democrats celebrate the right to violently murder your child because
This is
we're
brutal, bro.
compassionate.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Democrats believe that women are powerful and independent. They are also helpless victims of the patriarchy who require government intervention to
They are
succeed.
also that, yes.
Any woman who disagrees with us on this is a self-hating, stupid bimbo. And you know, it's time someone was finally brave enough to say this. Republicans are racist. Democrats have the same positive message for minorities
heard
that we
that
have for
before.
women.
That
You're a
was pretty
victim,
brave.
Weird.
and
That
you're
was pretty
useful to
brave of
us.
her.
Weird.
If you
And
disagree,
humble.
we'll insult your intelligence, but it's for your own good. Republicans want to stop certain people from coming into this country.
We
They
know
cite
what's
the
best for you.
infiltration of gang violence
Yup.
or opioids or sex trafficking as reasons to stop illegal immigration. But
This is-
Democrats
this
accept
is
these
gold.
as the natural
This is fucking
consequences of
gold.
opening
Oh my
up the
God,
borders,
dude.
which, of course, is the more loving thing to do. Democrats recognize that the key to a better tomorrow is to look forward, not backward. That's why we reject capitalism and all of its greed and instead opt for socialism, which
Interesting,
works so
because
well
the
every time
Republicans
we
reject all fucking
Democrats are
goddamn
the party of
capitalism.
the
Those
common
Ding,
fucks.
ding, ding, she
The
said.
poor.
Yeah,
and
so
the
it would be great to
marginalized,
actually
the
watch
weak
this through
and
one
defenseless.
time and agree with
While
her and go
Republicans
along
promise
with the
freedom,
whole,
we
you know,
promise
the left wing
free stuff.
side of it,
That's
and
how
then
we win
another
over
time
young
through
people.
on like
Our goal
attacking
is
the
to make
fucking
the
right
government
wing.
work
Because we
for
could
you,
destroy it in
so
every
you
basis.
don't have to work
Yeah.
at all.
It's the whole
Republicans are
the
always
whole
pushing
fucking premise of
religion
this
in our
video is
faces.
fucking
We
ridiculous.
reject
Yeah,
their
it's
But
beliefs.
collectivism gone
Religious
nuts.
Dude, it
people are
totally
idiots.
fucking is.
Democrats
They're
would
trying to
much
fucking
rather you
blame
sacrifice
Democrats
yourself on the altar
for
of
their fucking
progressivism.
ideals,
The truth
and
is,
they're
as the party of
condemning their
empathy,
ideals.
we're just
But
better
it's like
than everyone else.
you don't
That's
realize
why
how
we spend
stupid
so
you
much
sound
time
like
telling
back in
people
your
who
own
don't
shit.
align with our
Like,
agenda that they're not just
Yeah,
wrong,
I don't know.
but that they're
I'm
bad
not about
people.
this video.
We still
Yeah.
haven't
She's not
figured
even
out
that
this
hot.
It was
condescension
funny,
is what
like, the
lost us
first,
the
like,
2016
3
election.
seconds.
Nevertheless, we're confident that through censorship,
I mean, it is
manipulation,
what it is though.
and
Like
continued
the whole thing was like we're supposed to just shit on it
Channel.
because it's fucking hilarious.
No, it is what it is.
That is
She had some good points. So there were some good points in there, but
Well,
I mean,
she had some-
Republicans and Democrats are always going to have some good points.
she
right?
had some good points shitting on Democrats and like I don't really give a fuck about that. You know?
I
It's like-
only heard
I-
half of it because we were talking.
I don't
about
Yeah.
think she had any good points,
it. Yeah, fuck them both.
and I say fuck them both.
Yeah,
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 we all agree on that.
yeah. Is she free Friday?
Johnny, you're gonna have some fucking work to do on this
I
one.
am also
Yeah, I can
proud
tell.
to be the first president
Sorry, buddy.
to include in my budget a plan for nationwide paid family leave.
Oh, okay,
so
here
that
we go.
every new parent has the chance to bond with their
Okay, you can cut it
newborn
right there.
child.
Yes.
All right, so just more money that he wants to give away. I'm not saying that whatever the policy is not good.
No, okay. So what Chris is trying to say is basically like, who the fuck doesn't want somebody that just had their kid to have 6 months off to a year?
Right? Who doesn't want to bond with their kid?
No
Of
one
course,
here at
yeah.
this table would ever say that.
Yeah,
However,
of
we are
course.
against somebody saying that it's okay for a government official to walk
Yeah,
up to you with a
I
gun
just don't want-
and extort your money and take it from you,
I don't want
extract
the
your money and take it
government
from you.
doing it for
Yeah,
us. We can't
fucking
keep
by
doing-
force.
We can't keep doing this to each other. You can't expect these people to give things away for free because somebody has to pay for them, and that's what people.
Well, none of this
don't
stuff is
understand.
free. Yeah. No one understands that is not free. So they hear that, but the government's paying for it. No, you fucking assholes are paying for it.
Yeah,
Your
we're all
money's being
paying for
stolen
it.
from.
We're all paying for it.
That's basically how it used to be for me. I'm like, well, why the fuck isn't it just coming out of the
government's money?
Well, it's because the
It's
government.
your money.
Because
Yeah,
the
because
government does not generate money.
because the government is not going to
debatable.
make less money
The Fed.
because of something they're going to give you. No, you are going to pay for it.
Yeah, we're
That's
all going
not-
to pay for it.
Nobody, the government is a business, and they are not going to take a fucking budget cut as a fucking viable option. There's no such thing as them giving something away for free out of the charity of their own fucking hearts. No, if there's going to be something given back to you, then it's being taken from somebody else. It's that there's no fucking ifs,
That's
ands, or
what
buts about
taxes
that.
are. That's what happens. This is what happens. He winds up giving away a bunch of stuff to like please the crowd, like Caesar giving the people bread.
Yeah.
Here's your bread, now be happy. Like, trying to bring everybody together on the same page, but we don't want these fuckers on the same page. Because
And all he ever gives me is a salad.
yeah, never the bread,
Yeah.
just a Caesar salad.
No PB touch.
Womp womp. So everybody's
Nice.
getting the PB touch except for me, apparently. So I mean, dude, you can't just.
Well,
start
no,
giving
we
stuff
already
away.
had we already had this conversation.
I get the reach around.
He gets
Yeah.
a reach.
You
around.
get the
That's right.
PB
You
touch.
get
He
PB touch.
gets
I got
nothing.
I get no PB touch.
Yeah.
You got the good
That's how
story. You get
government
the
works.
story.
I get the story.
Yeah.
I get the hopes and dreams. Of
I
the
got
PB touch.
Jamie. I got my PP touch. Just wait, they'll give you a PP.
Oh, I'm
touch.
so excited for PB touch.
I wish we knew which episode that was for everyone.
It was
to-
only like 2 episodes.
There is the
Yeah.
best stuff. There was
Yeah.
best stuff.
But
so.
this is what
that was amazing. That whole thing was amazing.
yeah.
And
And
the-
I over here like no PB touch.
Yeah.
Like that shit was great.
Yeah.
and this is what happens. Fucking, here we
Fucking
are.
happens.
And then we have them talking later on in the next video we're gonna show.
Okay.
Or Trump talking
We
in the
got
next
that
video.
one ready.
So hit play.
Yeah.
So we talked about all the stuff that Trump was giving away to all his constituents and trying to bring everybody together, bipartisan push for peace. And so here we are, a few minutes later, him condemning socialism.
We are alarmed by the new calls to adopt socialism in our
Yeah.
country.
Yeah, boo. Fuck socialism.
America was founded
But what's
on
the problem?
liberty and
The
independence.
problem is he just
and
offered
not
you a bunch of free
government
shit.
coercion, domination,
Wait,
and
let's listen.
control. We are born free, and we will stay free.
Oh, is this the quote? Is this the quote that I loved from last night or some nights ago, Johnny?
I don't remember.
Oh, look at Bernie. He's mad.
He's
so pissed.
He's so mad.
Tonight, we renew our resolve that America will never be a socialist country.
He talked about a lot of
Programs.
programs and socialist.
it was all basically he was talking
all
about socialism
Yeah, he's a socialist.
and collectivism,
Yeah.
which you people at home need to understand.
the thing that
he is from-
conservatives
yeah.
condemn
Yeah.
leftists
That's what they're
for.
voting for.
You're
Yeah.
hearing your leader talk about being a socialist,
Yeah.
a national socialist,
And then you applaud him when he
a
says we're not
national
gonna.
socialist. Think
Yeah.
about that, people.
Yeah. Versus the democratic socialist.
Yeah, democratic socialist.
It's socialism.
What socialism do you want? Which one? Do you want a Nazi,
same
or do you want
shit,
to?
and it's all
or
gonna
do you
lead to
want
the same.
Or do you want a Stalin? I mean, what do
They
you
want
want?
to control you with other
Right.
people's money.
Right.
Yeah.
They want to take money out. They want you to labor for them for free, so that somebody else benefits from it.
Show us on the doll where you want the government to control
Yeah.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Get
Yep.
fucked.
Yep. Pretty much.
Hashtag Manchurian candidate. Look it up.
No, we weren't talking about Obama. All right, continue.
So yeah. So we have. I mean, both sides are exactly the same. It comes down to power and control.
Sure.
One side wants control over the other side, and they want to use
It's
you
funny because we
as
always
tax slaves.
say that too on the show. It's always about power and control. We don't say money on purpose because people always say money. Yeah, you can use money to get all those things, but I've come across I know they're movies, but I've come across a bunch of movies, even Fifth Element, right? So like when the main bad guy's going to go get his he's trying to get, what is it? Those stones, right? There's
stones.
4
The
stones he's got to get.
Yeah.
So he's trying to
The element
acquire.
stones.
He's trying to get those, right?
Right.
And he talks to the planet, the evil planet, and the evil planet's like, well, like, do you have everything in motions and in motion? And the bad guy's like, yeah, with the guy with the half hair thing.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I have everything, whatever. It's really hard for me to get. Do you have the money and power, or the money that I need to get? He's all, money isn't important. He wants the power and the control over the population.
That's it.
So I
man.
thought it was kind of cool. I just watched the movie this week, and I was like, that's what we say on the show.
And that's what it comes down to.
Because what if they actually do away with currency, right? So say we get a bunch of robots, everything's being taken care of for ourselves.
Yeah.
There's
Or
going to
like-
have to be some kind of currency or some way of people getting products, right? That's something.
Yeah.
Food or say everything's taken care of it for us. What's
Right.
still going to ultimately matter? Who's in charge?
Power.
Power.
and the control of the population. So it's always
yeah.
going to. Yeah. I mean, we're using sci-fi terms.
You
but
you're
Well, I mean,
you're not.
we
Dude,
kind of
hold
have
on.
to simplify it
Hold
for
on,
everybody.
let me, Johnny. Let me just
Yes.
add some fucking validity to
Yes,
what
sir.
you're saying here, because even if we lived in a society where everything was fucking automated, there was
Right.
no currency, there was no bullshit, whatever. This is a completely theoretical society.
Sure.
Okay, where I'm just speaking out of my ass right now.
Yeah.
You would still want to have some say in what happens in your community, in your city, in your town, in your state, whatever. You like the wanting to have some sort of control over the direction of the fucking people, the politics, the education, whatever is power, right? Like,
Right.
so people will naturally always gravitate towards that. It's a whole absolute power corrupts absolutely bullshit.
Yeah.
Like but it does though. Like there's something weird inside of us as people where it just builds up inside of you, and you want to start taking over some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You know what I hate about that statement though.
It's
I don't
taking back your fucking control.
Well, hold
Anyway,
on.
Go ahead.
Kind of just a side note on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
When people use that note, and I totally agree with that, is like a general thing, right? But I feel like there might be a few people like Ron Paul, some people like that. I'm just saying that maybe if they were in charge, they wouldn't be pulling the whole power thing, because their mindset's right. Like, okay, I might be in charge, but I'm still giving the individual the freedom to do it. I'm not even
in charge, but I'm not in
even
control.
Right. I'm not even saying that I want that, but I'm just saying there might be a few people out there that aren't that way.
Right.
But majority of
I
people
hear what you're
are that
saying,
way.
dude, because-
most people
yeah,
are that way.
right.
Especially if they're on the right or left. Like, they're actually devoted to their parties.
Right.
I like to think that I agree with you. And I like to
Yeah.
think that if you gave me that kind of authority, that I wouldn't abuse it either.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that, like, the three of us sitting here, we'll never get to fucking experience
Right.
that, because we will never be given that
We're not
kind of
elite.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will never be given that kind of power, and so we will never have our mettle fucking tested that same exact way that a politician will, right?
Yeah.
We can all agree on that,
Sure.
right?
How do you exactly
but
test
I mean,
your metal, though?
Fuck, dude. With a detector.
Acid
they got a
dip or
they got a thing
yeah.
at the
Oh,
detector.
okay.
It's
Magnetic?
it's
Metal
like a wand.
detector? Okay,
You go-
got you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you go to
that
the,
makes
you got-
sense.
you wear headphones. You go to the beach. It's like a whole thing.
So they're on a podcast while they go to the beach,
Yeah.
and then they test their metal. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's
All right. Continue.
Exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you just
That
turn,
got derailed a little
this
bit.
is how you test your metal. You turn it up really loud.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Like our theme song.
Yeah, Mastodon is handling it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
The Defiance, actually.
Sure. Oh, there you go.
Shout
That's a
out.
better
Hey.
shout. Yeah, shout out.
What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah. That's better. Like it.
Fucking yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. Like I like
You're
to
all
think
fuck
that
it.
we don't. We'll never be able to fucking know whether or not it will
Yeah.
corrupt us, because
The
we're never going to be given that choice.
The only way we'll know is when we start our own social media company.
Ooh, maybe.
Because fuck everybody else.
I gotta tell you one thing about that.
What's
I
that?
already feel like I would just be I'd just be taking shit over.
What do you mean?
Really?
In social media?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like, you said something I don't like. You're gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a
That
fuck.
is-
For
that
me
is
personally,
real-
kidding,
That's
I'm
real
kidding.
control. I mean, real
yeah,
power.
for me
Kidding.
personally, I just know if as long as it's not hurting someone, like physically,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I was-
wouldn't have a problem.
I was
with it.
being
Yeah,
facetious.
I really wouldn't.
I've
I
done
really
that in the past though, because I've had to enforce a terms and conditions. Absolutely. Like fucking where people would say something that would go against the terms and conditions, or
because you're a moderator, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying that earlier.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like ideally, if we had our own, and it was like no holds bar, anything goes. Yeah. Barring.
Don't fuck with kids. Don't fuck with the weak. Don't fuck with anybody. Basically, like physically.
Yeah. Don't physically threaten to harm, or don't physically harm. Yeah. Then fuck. Words, but the whole it sticks and stones, bitch. Like fucking get over it. Like fuck, you knew this shit in 3rd grade.
Right, yeah, it's like really, it's not a really hard concept to get your mind around. Non-aggression principle and voluntary transaction, and that's pretty much it. Like, what's fucking hard about that? I don't.
Because there's a giant fucking government. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah,
man, life would be so much more fun for everybody if everybody just got on board with this shit already.
Yeah. Are we good on this topic? I don't want to jump the gun. Is there more that you guys want to say about the State of the Union or anything about Trump?
No, I fucking hated the State of the Union.
No,
I don't want to
like finish because I don't want to jump. You know,
I'm good.
This is a final synopsis on it. Is the right and the left are exactly the same shit, thing.
So, and I'll add to that. So the right is going to always come from more the moral and moral religious side,
right?
Where the left is going to come from more that moral, kind of an independent collectivist, which is a weird way of saying it.
Right.
That's kind of the way they come from it. And the right is always going to come from more of a safety aspect.
For the kids.
Keeping people, or people, even like a law enforcement perspective of it.
Right.
So they're going to always come from it from that angle every single time. And even in that video we were watching with the blonde with the glasses, that chick was talking about it, and she said the same thing. But she didn't realize she's actually talking shit about her own shit, like, and safety.
Right. But
it's like, because safety, like, who here doesn't want safety? Of course we do. That's why fucking you carry weapons. You watch like we were talking about on the other podcast about watching your environment. Like, I mean, that's safety, right?
But do not give the government the safety control.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Exactly. Leave the safety concerns up to the individual. Don't fucking contract it out to some fucking bullshit government agency, because fuck, they don't know what's best for me. I fucking know what's best for me.
Self-governance. Yeah, I like it.
I am the boss of me.
Jamie, you made me smile.
I am
but on the inside.
Dude,
but it was on the inside I smiled.
I've made a transformation on this show.
Yes, you have.
If you fucking think about it.
Since
like,
EP1 to now?
Yeah,
sure.
It's crazy, dude.
You come a ways.
Remember I was telling you the other day when someone's like, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, when someone's like, oh, you know what we should have? The government should anything. And I'm like, God damn it.
I would like to add, I have seen Jamie argue to me about like whatever someone else he's talked to through the day, or he has a statement that in his mind that he's trying to get his head around, and he'll argue on a status level of like a little bit for a second, and then he'll be like, but no, he'll start arguing with himself. I've seen it numerous times.
I have too.
But no, that would mean the government gets involved, and therefore it's taxation funding it, and he'll break it all down. I'm like, yes, you have learned how to think, and you can make your own decisions for yourself.
It is 100% a formula.
Right. Causing force. And government is ultimately force. I mean, they use coercion. They use force. I mean, people with guns come to your house if you don't give them what they want.
Yeah, you're threatened with incarceration or deadly force.
Government entirely on principle alone is immoral.
Force. Yep.
Is totally immoral. And anything that has to do with the government is absolutely immoral. So I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah. So you figured out the answer to the equation. This is the thing. Jamie has found out the answer to the equation. So when he gets this big question asked, he like, I kind of want to go this route. I kind of want to go this way, but I know the answer already. And then he kind of like figures it out.
Right.
And so when I always talk to people, I'm like, well, is taxation theft? Well, yeah, it's taking by force, right? So you go down to, is it right or wrong?
Is theft right or wrong?
Yeah, theft is always going to be wrong. There's no way.
It comes down
and
to
if you're
morality.
giving it voluntarily, then it's not theft.
It comes down to morality.
So
dude,
what's right and wrong is what you need to find out.
Here's the thing.
Simplify.
Like, what people don't understand is that, like, okay, I understand we all have to live within the confines of the existing society, okay? But what they don't understand is that, like, I'm not asking for a fucking utopia. All I'm asking is for a fucking choice, right? It's very fucking simple.
Yes.
If you want universal health care, you want roads, what's some other bullshit that state is fucking say? You want law enforcement? Okay, fine.
You want
fine.
a fucking president?
You can have all those things. Don't steal from me. Don't
Right.
literally take it out of my fucking paycheck. You know what you need to do is, as my employer, you put a fucking box there next to my fucking shit that you get to withdraw from me, and you let me fucking select what you can take out of there.
Right.
And
Yeah,
then
you were
and
talking
then
about
it's
that the other day.
and then it's okay. Literally, that's all it fucking takes. If you give me the fucking choice, then I don't have a problem with it. If you take it from me by force, I have a fucking problem with it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
That-
that
that's-
easy. It's really that. Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
No.
That's your conclusion. Mine's different, but yeah.
No, fair enough. All right,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying,
Mine is
like,
no.
fuck, dude.
No government. But yeah, no, but yours
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense. So if I'm not
That's so-
like, yeah.
I'll even go
Yeah.
as far as to say that what I'm talking about is fucking voluntary socialism.
Sure.
I will even go as far to say that.
Voluntary collectivism.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is what it is. Which I.
But
don't-
it's still
which
rational.
I still don't agree
Yeah.
with.
It's still
but
rational.
More
It makes
rational
more
than
sense.
force.
It makes
Right.
more sense than the government fucking just taking it from
Yeah,
you.
you can voluntarily pick where it's going to go, but see, here would be the problem with that, right? So if
but-
you didn't voluntarily pick where it went, what would happen? They would point a gun at you and say you have to pick one. Because you got to get
Well,
that.
no.
Yeah.
So ideally, then no, I would just get to keep everything, and I wouldn't contribute to the collective at all.
Yeah.
But that's probably not going to fucking happen.
No, it'll
and
never
then
happen.
implement a government, and then
Sure.
oh shit. But the ridiculous side of it is that people say that if you try to have a system like that in place, is that nobody would give anything to anything.
They always say that.
It's like what? Why don't you?
Well, who
why
built-
don't you think
who
they
built the road?
why don't
Who
you
built
think
the
they
road?
would?
So what happened before 1913,
Yeah.
you stupid fuck? That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
1913, we
Just leave it
already
that
have
si-
roads, you
Be,
fucks.
be a total idiot, right?
And
And just
Yeah.
literally say that.
And then 1 year later, you guys got kazoos.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Dude,
interesting. What
seriously.
year did World War I start? The year of the kazoo.
Yep.
The year of the
Back in
kazoo.
my day,
You know what year-
when we had goddamn roads
Do you know what we
and
found out?
bombs.
Chris,
1914.
the year that World War I started was
1914.
1914.
That's right.
year of
son.
the kazoo. No, literally.
That's right.
So all you freedom fighters at home that actually know our 1914 nonsense joke, now you know what year World War I started. So if anyone ever asks you,
Yeah, forever
Yeah.
known
Yep.
as
Just go the year of the kazoo.
The year
Year
of the kazoo.
for no other reason than the show.
Back in my day,
Yeah.
we had this.
All right, so I think we're exhausting this this thing. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like to say there's good news. Deadpool 3 is going to be rated R.
No,
Yes.
there's gonna be a Deadpool 3.
Yes.
Fuck.
So Disney bought out the Marvel, right? The Marvel company.
The Marvels. Yeah,
the Marvel.
Marvels.
Yes. And she
Miss Marvel.
Kenny doesn't know about Marvel. Remember, that's a whole nother story.
He's like,
But,
it's a company.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
called.
she's hot.
They're
so-
called
yeah,
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
What was that? I fucking burned him on that one. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it's
are
yeah,
they?
yeah.
Like,
Oh, are they?
like some shit. Yeah.
So, anyways,
Oh, hey, real quick, shout out
yeah.
to Kenny.
yeah,
We miss
what
you,
a-
bro.
Yeah, we don't know where you are or what's going on. Could be
Whatever.
dead. We don't know. So,
Yeah, don't know.
good luck. Get well soon.
Wow.
Fuck, boys.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Alrighty. So, are we gonna get into this polar vortex thing, or what are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah. And it's dropping temperatures like below zero. Like people are freezing and shit, and it's just madness. Go down. There's a video.
Okay. All right.
This is a Washington Post
You
article.
know, don't tell me how to run my life or whatever, but that's fine.
Don't boss me,
No,
Carlo. So here's some
Holy shit.
pictures of
All right.
snow. This looks like the. Oh, here we go.
All right.
There
Thank
it
you.
is.
I was
There
like,
you go.
Johnny, thank you. Like,
You're
fuck,
welcome.
you're all the way
Let's
down
back
there.
it up.
Oh, look at that! It's super fast.
That's the Hudson. Oh, there, Chicago. There's just different places where it's.
What
just
the fuck is a polar vortex, Chris?
I'll say
Start
the
giving us some
The
answers
polar
here.
vortex is a massive cold weather front that's coming down from Antarctica. And hitting
Nortica actually is the term.
and Nortica. And
Antarctica is south. I thought it's coming from the North Pole.
it's coming from poles are shifting. So
I'll shift your fucking pole.
I got your pole shifting right
Hashtag
here.
kickstand, third leg.
So it's
Look it
making
up.
its way down. It's
Third
just
arm.
a big giant ice storm. I mean, not ice storm, but like a cold front. It's just making its way down. It's like a vortex, like a giant tornado, like a
We got jeans.
Trying
Just
to find a
chilling.
video that I saw back.
Chilling.
So this is what's
literally.
happening. It's like dropping temperatures to below freezing, and people aren't used to it. I mean,
It's getting very cold. Is really what this is all about.
yeah. It's
Oh,
like
that was
super
water.
hot.
That was
Yeah.
water, right?
That was hot water.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I fucking love that.
Yeah. And it's not normally like this. Like it doesn't freeze over this way. Like it's so cold. They say it's like hard to take a breath. So even Niagara Falls froze over. It's like completely like.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hashtag send pics.
Yeah, send a pic next time. I'll talk about it. Be about it, nigga.
Yeah. Hashtag send dick pics.
Now it's the fail segment. We're gonna come in. We're gonna do some fucking fails.
No
So
fail.
I just
Which
wanted
is
to show
way
you
more
guys-
science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's physics. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
sure.
There's a lot of math involved. So I just wanted
It's like
to show
karma.
you guys.
Yeah.
I just
Science.
wanted to show you guys some of this
It's like
bullshit.
art
Yeah.
and
So
karma.
yeah. Took me a second.
Continue.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, fire away with
Here
the
it
science.
is.
Yeah.
I could see one of us doing that. honestly.
Totally.
Yeah, I got this shit.
So we might get flagged for that, but I mean, you can cut that out. Look at that asshole! Look at this. Boom, in the
Almost
water.
That
made it.
sucks.
Look at this
Okay, I don't feel bad. The other guy's kind of.
in the face. Look at this idiot.
Nice.
Yeah, put your fucking hands out.
Yeah, she's
Jesus
smiling.
Christ. Yeah. No, I just mean.
You're so cute.
I knew. Dude, that was all bad.
Old neck.
Yeah, we've seen this one before.
She should have put her tits on glass. I'm just saying.
Would have been kind of nice. Look at these idiots.
Break.
No, break. Somebody
Somebody stop her.
Oh, dude, clothesline. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, that's something I would do.
Storms be like.
What did he say? Oh, dude, that was cool. That was good.
Mama.
face,
You're not strong enough, kid. You're not strong enough.
dude. Dropped it.
They're gonna fall. They're gonna fall. They're gonna fall.
And down.
She's gonna fall.
No.
We got another kid coming. He's going a little fast.
Oh, they're all gonna wait for it.
If
They're
he
all
turns
yeah,
here,
this
he's
is a
going
good
to
one.
drill it right about now.
Hey, watch out! You might crack your head open. Oh, that's a cute piggy.
Look at him.
I got you. I'll
Poor
get you.
guy.
I got you.
I can't believe you've done this.
I bet you his nipples hurt.
Dude, freezer burn.
Oh my God. Look how fast that guy.
Hey, that's like the cheese wheel.
Oh shit.
Oh
dude.
shit! They're like, he's dead. He's gonna die. He's going over.
Stay tuned to Grim 86, where the next 20 minutes are gonna be snow fails.
I think we're good on the snow.
Yeah, they seem like they're getting worse. There was some good ones.
Yeah,
in them, but
that was funny.
that guy looks like
That's
he's having a
still-
real bad day.
That still was funny.
Yeah, that one's having a real bad day. There.
Holy shit, though.
This whole vehicle.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
That was pretty
Alrighty. So,
Wow.
shout outs. You guys got shout outs?
Yeah, stay out of the snow. Shout out
Shout out to the freedom fighters.
Yeah, shout out to every freedom fighter out there, man. If you guys are on the east coast, stay warm.
Oh,
man.
we got
Apparently
a
it's
little
pretty
guest
real.
here, guys.
Andy.
Yeah, we got
Episode
Andy
number
from
5.
episode
What's up,
5.
Andy?
Yeah, there you go.
Number 5.
What's up, bitches?
There, and you're dialed in perfectly. Haven't seen him in a minute.
What's
All
up,
right.
Andy? How you doing, man?
Do I fucking add his name in now, or do we just fucking
No.
run-
Well, we don't need to do it.
All right.
Everyone knows it's Andy from episode 5, the standard.
The
Ding, ding,
standard.
ding, the
A
standard.
motherfucking standard.
So how does it feel to be on the standard episode for the podcast? Hashtag cake farts.
Just feels real great, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah, look where I am now, Mom. I made it.
you gonna have a margarita
Not the
or two?
standard.
or-
Yeah, margarita.
Have
Couple
some
margaritas.
He's on a bunch of best ofs and a bunch of the comedy little.
I know.
yeah.
Andy had made
He's
such
kind of
an
like our
impact.
silent.
Yeah, he made like a huge impact on our show, man.
Sure. Yeah.
I just want to go ahead and throw out there that people are like, every time I tell someone about the show, like, oh, so do you have like a you guys do like guest stars or anything? And I'm like,
Yeah, we got one. His name's Andy.
Yeah, we tried that one time.
We got two, right? We got fucking Andy and we got Ian.
And Ian was on
right?
one.
That's
yeah.
it.
Cheers.
But I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, like we did a guest star one time, and like he lives with us, and then the other guy like doesn't, and they're like, well, so can I be on it? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. We
No,
learned
you
our
fucking
lesson, man. Hey.
No, you fucking can't. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So all
want
the
me to
guys
tell
on the podcast are pretty like similar in the politics, where Andy has a
Yeah.
little slightly different thing on it,
Yeah.
and we don't really get into it with him. He's just kind of our buddy. He kind of hangs out.
I'm a
We're just,
floater.
we're just kind of like having fun.
Yeah.
So that's
Andy's-
why he's in a lot of the comedies that we
Andy's,
have.
he's good for the sexual humor.
Yeah.
you. Wow.
Yeah, you want the dark,
That's Andy,
the
man.
kind
We
of
can't
grab
deny
your
it.
ankles
We
and
can't
put a
deny
gag
what-
in your mouth kind of humor. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
yeah,
Andy.
that-
Yeah,
there you
totally
go.
Andy.
Yeah.
Couple ball gags.
Yeah, ball gags. Yeah,
too,
sure.
you know?
Yeah. Margarita or two.
Margarita
Sure.
too.
All right, where do we leave off? Let's get to Andy into one of these stories here. We got
well, hold on.
the gunfight.
First of all,
Yeah.
shout out to Andy. All right, boom.
Shout out to Andy, and he
What's
just
up,
appeared.
Andy?
Yeah.
Shout out to Chase and to Ashley. Shout out to Todd and Misty.
Yep.
Shout out to Jennifer. Shout out to Valerie. Shout out to Arlene.
Shout out to Kenny.
Shout out to Renee.
He used to be on the show.
Shout out to Kenny.
Hashtag
Yeah.
rip.
Fuck. Who else we got to shout out to?
Who else do
We got more. Shout out to Clark. We'll go and throw that out.
Shout
there.
out to Chris, Melinda.
Yeah, shout out to that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bo.
Yeah. Shout out to Bo. Yeah. Eat a dick, Bo.
Shout out Steven. Quick stop, Steven.
Yeah, sure. Shout out to John and Richard, my boy Chuck. Who else?
Shout out to Mark. Shout out to
Fuck you, John.
Frankie.
Fuck you,
Shout
John,
out
from Andy.
to-
Okay.
Shout out to
All
the
right,
freedom
let's go.
fighters. Freedom fighters. We love you. Appreciate it. Buy some shit, would you?
Yeah.
Jesus
Sure.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody buy some.
Fuck. Not just not. Yeah.
Sounds
Hey,
so
shout out
desperate.
to
Somebody buy
Steven
some.
because he's the only one who
Yeah,
did fucking
Steven,
buy anything.
what
What's
up?
up, dude?
Damn.
He's the only OG freedom fighter.
Only
up in this
fucking,
bitch.
only
Yeah.
straight
Only the real one
G
out
that
there,
fucking
yeah.
dropped coin on the G86 fucking
Yeah.
Freedom
I
First
feel
podcast.
uncomfortable when you talk that way, by the way. Don't do that.
Me?
What?
Me?
What?
Are you talking to me?
I'm joking.
Who are you talking to?
I got lost too.
Who are you talking to?
The fuck you talking about?
The
as Ian
fuck
would
you
say.
talking about?
I just smoked.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I said
Yeah.
drop, when I said drop.
Andy, what
coin,
you been up to, man?
Yeah.
Oh, just chilling up in my my little
Chilling.
room up there.
Jerking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
just
Painting the walls
Sure.
white.
jacking it.
It's kind of a see-through white. It's
Yeah.
a weird.
Yeah, it's like
there's
a
not really a term for it. Yeah.
It's more
That's
pasty.
so weird.
No,
That is so
there
weird.
is a
Yeah.
there is a
I
term
feel
for
like
it.
Andy
It's,
ate a lot of paste in school.
There is a term for it. It's translucent.
Sure.
Is
Oh,
the
okay.
word,
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, anything that involves trans is great, man.
I agree. All right, let's go. All right, so we got this Houston gunfight.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
do that. I want.
All right,
I
so
don't
okay,
know
hold
anything
up.
about this. None of us
Okay,
know anything about
so
this.
I'm gonna put us on the small screen here. So last night I was with a friend at the bar named Ray, and he said,
Unfortunate.
"Give me 10 news articles where an AK-47 saved somebody or did somebody justice in self-defense," and I didn't have anything for him. I'll be honest.
Sure.
But I mean,
they always are going to go out there
it's
on
mostly
the limb, right?
mostly AR-15s that are self-defense.
Sure,
right?
which is the same.
So fuck you, Ray.
Yeah.
Here's one that's goddamn a fucking AK-47. Dude had 5 guys break into his fucking house. He killed 3 of them.
Get some.
2 of them are fucking hospitalized. Like we can watch. I don't know if you guys
I would
watch
argue
the
he
video.
didn't do a good
Don't
enough job.
fucking play with the AK.
Get some.
Dude, you guys watch the video?
Don't play with the AK, man.
Not even mad. I'm impressed.
Dude.
Yeah. No, he fucking
Get it.
This is dope,
All right, here we go.
Dude,
From what was a wild scene through the night and into the early morning, I asked this homeowner how he took down these 5 men and what was
With an
described as a
AK,
shootout
son.
by him. He told me it's because he had a fully loaded AK-47.
762 in the
Bright
house,
crime scene
bitch.
tape floats across homes on
Get
Sherman
some.
Drive in southeast
Yo,
Houston. What's
stacking
left behind from a
motherfuckers.
suspected home
Stacking
invasion?
bodies,
3
bro.
men shot
He
dead,
fucking-
2 others hurt. Police say
he
they
was
were
like,
the
"Yeah, I
perpetrators.
went over to my
The
couch
homeowner,
to act
it
like I was
appears,
getting
defended
fucking
himself.
cash."
Early this morning at the scene, family members breaking down as they learned it was their loved ones who were killed by the homeowner.
You know
that
what? Hey,
20-year-old
look,
man
I'm
telling me
sorry.
in a
Like, that
conversation
sucks that they're
off
upset
camera,
that their
he
family
did what he
members
had
died.
to
Sorry,
do
your
to protect
family
himself.
member was a
Just
piece
before
of
1 this
shit.
morning, he says two
That's
men in
kind of
ski
also
masks
where
broke
I'm
through
at,
his
dude.
front
Yeah.
door
Fuck.
demanding cash. When he realized it wasn't a joke, he reached for what they thought was cash, but instead pulled his AK-47 and started shooting at them. Two men shooting back as they made their way out of the home, bullets flying through the streets.
We have multiple shell casings from several different types of guns.
Neighbors were frantic.
So that means they had guns as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they held him up, dude. They stuck him up straight up.
Basically, the family are sad that
their
their family was going to try to kill this guy and steal his shit.
Yeah.
And that
Get
homeowner,
fucked.
Tom, who's just 20 years old,
You should be
tells
more
me
sad
that
that
he
you
does not
raised a
believe
piece
this
of
was
shit
random.
human being.
He actually found out that he knew these men in the past.
I'm just saying, like,
Do we all agree on that? We're not sorry about this. This is the homeowner did good.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, homeowner property rights.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
I'm sorry.
AKs.
This
Like-
is what I'm sorry for. That force had to be used.
Sure.
But it was necessary.
Yeah, it sucks, but it was
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But
you're only sorry that it had to come to that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's
But
because they
fucking
initiated
AK
it. Yeah.
up in the fucking house,
Yeah.
dude.
Fuck yeah,
fucking
dude.
rack
762
bitches.
rain down on a motherfucker.
So the thing that sucks is that like we have crying women in the streets,
Yeah.
right? Like
Aw.
on the media, right? They're gonna make it seem like, oh, it's this terrible thing, somebody lost their life, and loss of life.
It still sucks.
Loss of life is bad. Okay, none of us condone loss of life, but.
You make your decision when you
Holy
walk
fuck,
out there with the gun. to
You
go
walk
after
into
someone.
someone's
If
house
it's-
with a gun and that motherfucker strapped up
To steal
prepare
their shit
Prepare
by
to fucking
force.
die, bitch.
Dude,
That's what
if-
happens. You come into this motherfucking house.
Jamie,
I'll tell you that
They're
much
trying
right
to
now.
victimize. They're trying to
Jamie.
victimize the fucking people.
If
you
it
know?
was
I
between-
know.
If it comes down between me and you, who are you gonna defend, me or you? I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? Like,
I'm going to
defend-
defend you.
No,
I'm just
defend
saying.
yourself. You don't fucking don't. Oh man,
Yo,
just fight
like-
back, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Holy
Yo,
shit.
if you don't have the means to defend yourself
Right.
and I have the means to defend
Yeah.
you, I'm going to defend you.
Right,
I have
of
a
course,
lot of,
course.
and likewise,
I have a lot of memes to defend myself, just so you know. They're all in my history and my gallery.
Right.
So I'm good, guys.
Yeah, just delete,
Yeah.
delete my
Memes.
browsing history,
Lots-
please.
Yeah.
Memes.
If it comes down to you or them, I mean, it.
Yeah, my
fuck.
memes are gonna outweigh their
no,
memes.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
definitely.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't have said me or you because that's different.
Yeah, me or
if it's
you.
me or them
Yeah.
being like the unknown.
Right, yeah. You lost me for a second
Fuck
there.
you.
Yeah, I
It's-
got
it's
it.
I
me,
lost myself,
right?
too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's me. If it's me
Yeah.
or them, it's me.
Right.
But I'm just
That-
saying, like,
that- I kind of got it back and threw it in there.
Well, I mean,
I'm
my,
just saying that. Yeah, you're right, Johnny. They're trying to fucking victimize these fucking pieces of shit
Yeah.
that came into some man's house.
They were
in his
with
property.
the intent to possibly kill this person.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know very well if you're going to have a firearm,
fucking went-
you're going to walk into someone else's
they were
property
there to kill him.
steal their money, that guy's money.
Yeah.
The intent is to possibly harm or kill the guy.
If anybody crosses my threshold,
He said,
without,
"Fuck that," clacked him up, dude.
without permission. That to me is intent.
So,
hey, play stupid games, win stupid
sure.
prizes,
Yeah.
right?
Ding,
What were
ding,
you gonna
ding.
say?
Fuck, dude.
you were going to say something? No?
No.
No? All right. I thought you were going to say something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they showed the actual footage.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that'd be fucking awesome.
Install cameras, people. We want to see the fucking
Hey,
action.
HBO, can you make a movie
Yeah,
on this?
right. We need
Yeah.
more cameras so we can watch the action of the gun battle.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like Vice should make a home protection.
Right.
Vice does make a lot of clamps.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
and
GoPro.
grips and grips.
Yeah.
So,
Johnny,
Yeah.
I swear to fucking God.
I got a few clips and yeah.
You
and,
know. Hey, fuck you, dude. I swear to God.
Vice does make some, grips. I'm just saying. So we're good.
They hold fast.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right, science. All right, let's look at the hex thing. I think Andy would be interested in this.
Andy, are
This
you
is-
the
this would
hunting
be-
type?
Yes, he
I
is.
am.
Yeah, you guys want to check out
So
the
I think he'll be
the
interested
hex?
in this.
All right, so here's the
Let's play that
hex.
first video that we
Here's
were
the
watching.
hex.
Yeah.
It was the
So
dude,
it's a
it was the
clothing
dude, right?
Yeah, it's a yes.
Yeah,
that one.
give us a-
so
give
it's
us a rundown.
It's a clothing company that basically makes it's almost like a Faraday cage, which protects your electricity from your body from being projected out. So it's kind of the opposite of a Faraday cage where it keeps the stuff out,
no,
right?
No, it is a Faraday cage. Like they even say, look at right here.
No. But I'm saying is it's keeping your so a Faraday cage is to protect your electrical device from an outside source of electricity to fry it. Where this is the exact opposite. It's the same thing, but it's keeping your electricity from the inside going out, so it doesn't affect the animals. That's what
electrical
was.
system.
But like
so they could when they pick up on Fear Andy or whatever. That kind of thing. So go and play it, and they'll give you a little demonstration. There's no 100% science on this, just so you know.
Yeah.
I'm Forrest Galante.
It's
wildlife
cool. It's a
biologist,
cool concept.
And today, I'll be demonstrating how the HEX technology works by using an instrument that is designed to measure the human energy output. This tri-field meter specifically picks up on low-frequency currents, such as those produced by muscle movement. HEX technology has utilized the Faraday cage principle to block the body's naturally occurring electrical energy. A Faraday cage is a grid of conductive material. When energy strikes the surface of that material, it is transmitted and dispersed, preventing energy from passing through. The electrons are stabilized and held in capacity. This is the same technology that exists at home in your microwave door and prevents you from harmful radiation. HEX has woven a conductive carbon yarn grid into a comfortable, wearable fabric. Now when I come over here to the tri-field meter, you can see as I wave my arm over it, the meter picks up on my electrical energy signal. If I were to cover the meter with a regular camouflage material, it actually does absolutely nothing to insulate against that energy signal. However, when I replace that with the original HEX camouflage material,
this blows my
you can see
fucking
the
mind,
energy
dude.
signal
I'm gonna look into this.
is now completely held at capacity.
You don't completely buy this,
and
do you,
the
Jamie?
meter is unable to detect
I don't either. I don't buy it 100%. But even the
also
people that
makes
use
an
this,
extremely
go
comfortable
pause
new
it.
base layer,
So
which, of
Joe
course-
Rogan, the way I found out about this is on Joe Rogan's show. He had a guy on there, and they were just talking about it. And the guy said that he's noticed, like with birds, he's noticed he can get right in the mix with the birds. With mammals, it's
Like
50-50.
not so much,
Yeah, it's kind of
basically.
like it gives and takes with different species of it. I think he said fish too, that if he's swimming alongside him, he can do that. I think he was a photographer, but it's on Joe Rogan's shit that was updated today, or it would be yesterday.
So you were saying it's like the concept of
it's a Faraday cage, but it's keeping
but the thing
stuff
is
from
like
going out.
like
Well, hold on.
interacting
So, like-
hold on, interacting with the animals it blocks that energy. So like you're saying, dogs pick up on people's fear or like like a bad person,
which
or
I
bad
don't
energy.
which I don't really fucking believe. I don't believe.
100%, 100%
Do you believe
with the dogs.
pick up
So
bad
I've worked
energy?
with dogs a lot.
No,
And
You don't think so?
no. So you could talk to any trainer.
Well,
hold on.
no.
Hold on. Any dog trainer at all. And they're going to tell you that they can it's all about your vibe.
I know, but I want to know why Jamie doesn't believe that.
Because I'm afraid of a lot of dogs. Actually, I don't fucking like dogs, dude. Ever since one fucking ripped my fucking lip ring out of my face, I don't fucking like dogs that I don't know.
He was anti-emo.
I'm not okay with.
Right.
But the thing is like confidence is one thing. Like I can be afraid inside if you don't fucking display that. I think posturing has a lot to do with it. I think they understand.
Yeah, but
posture.
you understand.
right?
Well, wait. So Jamie understands that he's bottling up that feeling and he's putting it back in there, that he's afraid of him. However, he's not letting it go out. So that's exactly proving what I'm saying.
I think that like I can posture that I'm not afraid, dude. When I fucking had to start getting used to Rucker, holy shit.
Right.
I was not okay with that
Well, yeah,
for a while,
and
dude.
you got to also remember, certain dogs are different, right? So, and the way I mean is some have been trained to be chill around people or dogs. Some are not that way. Some of them just have it in their instincts, right?
Okay.
So, like Rucker is a big-ass German Shepherd that is chill. I've only seen him growl at maybe 3 people or 4 people ever.
Dude,
and it's when there's some kind of weird I'm not talking about if someone's grabbing him in a weird way and he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about literally you're walking down a trail and some person walks up and he'll start growling at you.
Yeah.
He doesn't ever do that. He's a very dog aggressive person. I've had tons of trainers, like professionals, just try to get him out of that, but it's pretty hard. But anyways, when he realizes there's evil, he will I don't know what it is. It's some kind of weird sense that people are putting off. I've been around tons of dogs in different programs with the wounded veterans and stuff, and I've seen it. Dogs will pick up on like weird vibes.
Well, I mean,
they can sense it.
There's certain ducks that pick up electrical energy too, right?
I believe you. I'm just saying that like when it comes to me personally, like yes, sure. I've been negatively. I felt negatively towards several dogs, but as long as I don't posture that I'm afraid or anything, like you come off as confident, then I've never had any problems with them.
Yeah, just don't touch their red rocket and you're good.
Or do and you're good.
Fuck you, Andy.
You feel like you're probably good if
red rocket.
Yeah. You would be thinking about that.
Yeah, no, hey, but just FYI, fucking Rucker is a big fucking teddy bear, and like, I had nothing to be fucking worried.
No,
about.
I know that. But yeah, it's weird. I've seen it a bunch.
I've seen it too.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the guys that I've worked with, like they're vets. They're the war vets. They're not just like I'm a dude that like came from the military. Like these are guys that actually saw combat and they're dealing with their dogs and getting their own personal dog, right? And they're dealing with all that whole like vibes. And when the wounded vet or whoever it is that has the dog project some kind of fear to a person even walking up, that dog will react. When those dogs are completely in tune with the owner, they're going to trigger and they're going to go after that. You can talk to any owner like of dogs like that really does deal. I'm not talking about just some idiot that's raising some pugs or some bullshit like that. I'm talking about like working dog stuff, like real working dogs.
Right.
German Shepherds. Go ahead. So you have some background with this.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of dogs where they're even trained to go in between the owner's legs. You know, and they're out front of their owner, protecting their owner. But
they'll either they'll go in between the legs or they'll go in front of the owner, and they call it blocking. Yeah. So there's actually the term that we were taught is you tell them block, and they actually stand in front of you and then sit down facing away, to watch you.
But isn't that
like
isn't that different though? I mean, like to train a dog to do that versus the actual energy that a dog may pick up on its own, purely instinctual.
No, but you're training them to protect you and to protect like your situation, right? So they're picking
feel
up
your
on
energy, right?
Oh yeah, they're feeding off your energy. That's how we're relating that into it.
I see.
So they do pick up on this,
right?
So that's it would be really cool to see people wearing these shirts and then dealing with the dogs to see if it affects that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, they really.
But the guys did say that
if this works, dude. If they do like a real field study on this and like say like they get a huge sample, right, and are able to prove that this technology works, that would be great, dude, for hunters.
Well, and then the other thing is they said it did work on certain species of mammals, so it might not work on the dogs as much. Or you're just wearing a shirt. Maybe you need to wear pants, gloves, a face mask.
Like a full.
Like who knows? Like how sensitive is that dog to that? Like he's. So what? Your center of mass is covered. Like,
right.
Is that really gonna do anything?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So me being the skeptic that I am, it just seems very gimmicky to me.
Totally does.
What is wearing an article of clothing anyway, but kind of a Faraday cage? So it's not hexagonal or whatever. It's fucking.
You just don't like it because you don't like the pattern.
No, I do like the pattern. I like fucking dude.
He wants digital, dude.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I know. I get it. I get it. But I mean, like,
he wants house to house
because it just because it's a certain like. I mean, does it have to be metal? Like, I mean, what is it exactly about it that
a Faraday cage? Yeah, it has to have some kind of metal properties. So I don't remember exactly
metal
how
alloy, right? So why does it need to be hexagonal or whatever? However,
that I don't know. I do know.
Can it be squares?
I do.
Like, can we?
So
put
I
it
do
in
know
regular,
if you want to
everyday
make
clothes?
your own Faraday cage, you can literally go buy a garbage can and with a lid that's metal, and you can put whatever it is you want in there. You just have to have blankets and things around it so the box or the object is not touching the walls, and then you cover it, and it will actually protect it from the rays. So it's a barrier where
as long as
metal has to be in between the electricity,
it
so
has to be
absorbs
grounded
it.
Also.
Yes.
So
well, yeah, if it's on the ground.
So
or
all electrical signal or energy goes to the cage and goes.
That's why they use the
ground.
microwave analogy, because we have a free one, right? If literally, I would recommend unplugging it if you're going to store electronics in it.
Yeah,
because you don't want to be turning it on. But you can like literally put your walkie-talkies, your flashlights, any of that, and if there's any kind of electrical pulse, it's not going to fry them.
Well, even like cellular signal, like if you want to lose cellular
hide your
signal forever. I mean, not forever.
You don't
but-
want the NSA
yeah.
to listen to you. You put it in the microwave.
You put it in the microwave. Don't turn it on.
Yeah,
but
unplug
it's a
it.
Faraday cage.
Unplug it to be
it'll
safe.
block
Well,
it.
well,
It'll
hold on.
block the
Somebody
signal.
could walk
Hold on.
up.
Okay,
That
go
can't.
ahead.
That can't. No. I see. I don't.
True story.
I don't believe that.
Let's-
That
we can go prove it right
then
now.
Putting it in the putting it in the refrigerator will work the same way.
No, because
No, it's not built the same.
There's
It's not
only there's only a Faraday
Actually,
cage
probably
on the
would.
door. There's only a Faraday cage on the door of the microwave. The rest is just insulated.
Maybe the old school refrigerators. I don't think the new ones.
Well, maybe a refrigerator.
Well, the old
I'm-
ones were made out of what,
well,
lead
we-
and
yeah.
shit?
We
Yeah.
could
The
easily
old ones
prove
were
it.
lead.
I'm just trying to make
we
you
could,
guys think.
yeah, we
I'm
could
just trying to
easily
make you
prove
guys
it.
think.
I think.
I don't think
if it's
that whole Faraday cage thing, like
Hashtag Deadpool's rated R. Continue.
sweet. No, a refrigerator is
hashtag Marvel
is
Instinct.
insulated.
Yeah.
That's different.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll block signal too.
Yeah, no, I know.
All right.
I know a refrigerator blocks signal.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Is that like, but
debatable.
it's not necessarily a Faraday cage.
It is
that-
if it blocks signal like that and it's grounded.
No, Jamie's right. It's not
No.
necessarily a Faraday cage if it just blocks a signal, because electric magnetic is different than just the signal. Right. It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So-
no, a Faraday cage is a grid. It's a specific.
Well,
Yeah, it's supposed to
okay,
disperse
so
electrical
energy.
field,
Energy
right?
is the same no matter what form it is. It's all
That's
energy
fine.
is energy.
That's fine.
Not if it's karma.
So
That's fine, but when
Imagination.
karma's
Sorry,
your karma's your energy.
But how?
So,
But
so,
how?
so you believe in energy? Is that what you're saying, right?
Yeah, electrical
Okay,
science.
So there
Yeah.
you go.
You're
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
that's what the principle of karma is
No,
your,
that's
your
fake
energy.
news. That's fake news.
Hey, you
There's
deal
no
with it
science
how
that
you ever
there's no
how
science.
you want.
I
and I'll
love it.
deal how I want.
Zero science.
Well, I don't need science for that.
Obviously. That's clear. We got
Dude,
that.
it's a principle. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a principle. It's not. It has nothing to do with
Fake
with
news.
magic or anything. It's a
Sure it does.
principle.
Yeah,
it's
triggered.
a principle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not triggered.
Yeah.
I'm
Karma
just-
is fake news.
Okay,
That's
it's fake news.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, go
That
ahead.
is that is amazing.
Anyway,
you
go
guys.
on. Okay, so energy.
Energy.
Energy,
can be-
electrical.
Energy. Can
Energy
be,
is this. So across the board, energy is the same.
No.
whether-
No. Electric.
Did you just?
No, because
did you just-
energy could be water. It could be wind.
It's
it could
all
be,
the same.
No.
Did
Energy-
you just open up
Okay.
for me to start a conversation and then
Okay.
talk over me? Is that what just
Yes.
happened right now? Because energy can be stopped by a variety of different things. A lot of environmental factors need to be taken into consideration
Two
here.
people have been triggered. on
Let's
the show
talk
tonight.
about
Dude,
insulation.
I'm not even triggered. What are you talking about? I'm listening to Jamie. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was talking to Andy.
No, it's fine. Insulation and energy is weird. That's
Sure. Yeah, the Faraday cage once again is built to stop electrical magnetic pulse. So it's electricity. It's not going to protect you from water. It's not going to protect you from wind or any other power. It's only going to be electricity. That's all it is.
Now I'm going to agree with you there because I think that's what a Faraday cage was designed
That
for.
is what it is.
Electromagnetic pulse, because what happens is literally what it said was it absorbs the energy and it keeps it in capacity. Okay, so now one would have to argue that maybe on the end of that Faraday cage there was some type of a capacitor or something, a battery that the energy was then stored in unless it was immediately dispersed. But insulation is different. Insulation is a straight up barrier that pulse can't get through. Okay, so I notion that I could put a walkie-talkie in a refrigerator and the electromagnetic pulse would not get to it at all. Whereas if you put it into a fucking
I think it depends on the fridge.
And
I think all microwaves would because it's built different.
If you put it in a microwave,
you know what I mean?
It would get some, because I don't think that all of it would be stopped by the Faraday cage.
I don't think so because it's designed to keep microwaves in and out. That's what it's built for, right?
But
Where the refrigerator is not. So I'm not buying that.
But they still tell you that you get fucking cancer from your
Well,
fucking microwaves,
if
right?
you're fucking
so they're still trying to admit
tongue
that
in the
some
fucking front door.
I know, but they're still trying to say that some of it does get out of the microwave.
Sure, but versus a fucking fridge is a total different thing.
Yeah, but if
That's all I'm saying.
But if people admit that
I feel
some
like
of
a
it,
lot of semantics arguing and not a lot of facts
if
are happening
some
on the show
of them
tonight.
are saying that it
Just
gets
saying.
out of the fucking door if you put your face too close to it or
Sure.
whatever.
You put your wiener in the door, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do.
You get one ball
Yeah.
cancer.
One
ball cancer.
one PB cancer.
Did you?
Maybe you don't want to shave your nuts anymore, and you want cancer on your nuts. I don't know.
Just
Jamie,
one PB
got a
cancer.
question for you.
Yeah.
Did you ever put Brussels sprouts in the microwave as a kid?
Oh, I never did that.
Oh man,
No.
it's so
No.
fucking awesome. They just explode all
Nice.
over the place.
That's
like
cool.
They're like little mini hand grenades.
Yeah.
Really?
pretty cool.
They just
Kinda
pop
cool.
or what?
Yeah, yeah.
How long?
just-
Like 2 minutes?
No, like it takes like 10 seconds, man. You sit there and then just out of nowhere, it just fucking explodes.
All right, I know what I'm buying later this week.
Yeah,
We're grown ass men. I don't give a fuck.
That's
We're
pretty
gonna do
cool. Let's do it.
it. We're gonna do
I'm
it.
down.
It probably because the microwaves heat up the water molecules, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
So just
Like popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
From the inside out.
Yeah.
You guys want some wall climbing robot action?
Yep.
Johnny, you want to give us a little?
We
little
don't know. I
intro?
know nothing about it. They don't even have any description about it. I just know it's a robot and it's remote controlled and it can climb on fucking walls and it's cool as fuck.
Fucking good enough for me, dude.
Yeah.
Let's fucking rock and roll. It's science.
Look at that. the
Dude,
fucking wall.
I'm turning off
That's
the volume.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's cool as shit. I wish that they would give you some
What?
details, but they didn't.
Wait, how is it?
Design research. Okay.
Are those
They give you little
fans?
details.
Are those fans? Are they like?
I
is
think
it
it's
like,
just wheels.
No, those
No.
are fans
Wait, on the top.
Yeah, like
yeah,
is
on
it
the
like a
top.
drone
Oh,
basically?
it
Like
pushes
it's like
air
yeah, it's like
It's probably
pushing.
pushing
Dude,
force
What
on
the
yeah.
fuck, dude?
So you have force pushing against it, but then you also have sticky grip wheels.
Oh, so okay, so we can go for okay.
Wonder if it has any like torque, like like it could haul shit like up buildings, to construction.
At this point,
workers.
I would assume not, but like the concept's there.
That's crazy.
How cool is
All
that?
right,
Yeah, dude.
no, yeah.
I
fuck
sent that
yeah.
to you a couple weeks ago, and we forgot to bring it on the show.
I know.
but
I like it.
that
I
is
like
cool
it.
as fuck.
That's
It's at least
fucking
different,
badass.
right?
Yeah,
Dude.
that could revolutionize
Dude, it's a
lot
fucking
of shit,
robot. I
dude.
like it. I'm
Yeah.
into it. I like
That's
robots.
what we need.
Hashtag
man.
science.
That's
Science.
actual science.
Sure. I like
That's what
it.
we
I
need,
think that's
man.
cool.
If we're gonna have a better world, we need to be able to.
Innovations,
Yeah,
yeah.
we need.
We need
innovation.
fucking robots.
Yeah,
bitches.
definitely.
Sure.
Man, we should be there already.
We should. Yeah. Government regulation's been controlling everything.
Yeah.
So
It-
people
The
don't
fucking
understand that.
FAA, the FCC, all that
Yeah.
shit.
I
Yeah.
remember there was a-
OPP,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know me.
Wu-Tang Clan.
So I remember about what was it? 20 years ago there was an advertisement on TV that just ran in our area for a short amount of time, and they were advocating free trade and enterprise because Japan was way ahead of us and China was quickly catching up to us. Japan was producing like technology that the government was basically blocking us from having, and this was like 20 years ago.
Well, they got like fucking flying transformer robots over there. So
Well,
and Pikachu.
yeah.
Yeah, and we got teenagers snorting condoms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tide Pods too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I mean, they've had drone technology for way longer than we have, like stuff like that. Like
It's kind of funny because if you remember back in the day, we all had the RC helicopters and planes. Like, there's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking the 80s. They had that shit.
yeah.
So
It was all
kinda
It
weird.
was all gyroscope, right?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Those were the first.
like I remember seeing a mini Cobra helicopter that was like yay big and flying with
Oh,
gas
yeah.
power and remote control.
Little
And
fucking.
I thought it was
like
the coolest thing I ever seen
Cox
in the 80s,
249
bro.
motor.
Yeah.
Or 049 or whatever the fuck.
So
it
this
was.
shit's existed. Like
It
this
has.
is nothing new. It's just now they're actually like developing.
Except for, I mean, you've seen my shit, right?
Sure.
Where it almost flies its fucking self.
Well, yeah.
It
yeah.
just sits
Well,
there.
I mean,
It
it's
just
the
sits there.
software has gotten better. That's the difference. The software has gotten better.
But
and-
I would argue.
Chris, the software was developed.
Yeah.
You didn't
No.
have software back then.
Right.
Well, yeah,
so
yeah,
what
yeah.
I would
That's
what I
I'm
would
saying.
argue though is that the early 2000s we could have most of the technology and I'm talking about consumer level, not like government or
right consumer.
yeah,
that's
the
where-
average
yeah.
stuff. Like I'm arguing that most of that could have been out back in the day.
Johnny.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean?
man.
Johnny,
Mhm.
are you spitting?
Yeah, this is my first dip of the
Was
day.
it me? Did I trigger you?
No,
so
no,
hard
no.
that you went.
No,
to
what
it?
it's called is a chemical dependency is what
Yeah.
triggered
No,
me
no, oh, no.
after 24
I-
fucking hours.
Yeah, I know what it's fucking called. I was just.
It
I was
was
like,
me.
shit.
So
Was,
for
it, was
the-
it my fault?
So
like,
let's
fuck.
no.
All right.
So he offered it. He just goes, "You
It
want
was
it?" And I'm all,
me.
"Fuck yeah!" So I'm
here
quitting
with you.
tobacco. and this is the first one I've had dip in like almost a 24-hour window. Almost there. I think like 20 hours. So this is it, and I'm not. Yeah, I don't own any, so I can't keep doing it. He offered it, and I definitely.
I know you didn't ask for a fucking applause, but as someone who just fucking recently got off
I'm quitting.
myself,
so next week I will report to you on my progress.
I'm here with you, dude. I'm here with
and
you.
I guarantee you, I won't probably do any more at all. Probably, I might do one.
Bro,
that's the best thing you could probably do.
Dude, hey,
I want to quit it.
Can you use some fucking high nuts over
Nuts, bro. Yeah, I mean it's always hard. Like, it's easy to quit caffeine. It's easy to quit alcohol for me. For me, I'm just saying.
Alcohol's a rough one.
Tobacco is a lot harder.
Tell you that much.
Chris,
yep.
Did you want?
Well, everyone's different.
Did you want a high five?
Sure, why not?
Fuck out of here.
Eat a dick. Get the fuck off my show.
That was awesome.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was awesome.
Oh man, you're lucky I don't come over there and fucking.
Andy,
fuck you.
Andy, you ought to come around more often. I'm telling you.
Right?
And stick my dick in you like I want to so badly.
Ooh,
it's not forced. It's voluntary.
You guys.
Alrighty, let's get back on track. All right. So, anyways, I'm quitting tobacco.
Yeah.
Continue.
Third arm. I guess
Here we are.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. Check this fucking thing out. Look at this. Look at that dude.
Operator.
So,
Super operates.
I'm very not about this, but
Navy SEAL Delta operates.
It's something we want to talk about. So he's got a sleeve over.
Call
the foreskin over the arm.
Call of Battlefield.
Yeah.
So
watch this
foreskin
thing.
back.
What the fuck?
So I don't know why they're demonstrating with the AR type, M4 type. Like they should have like a belt fed.
Yeah.
They do at the very.
Like
They do at the very. They do at the very end.
Yeah, I mean,
something
Like
heavy.
something heavy. Like
right. Like this
Like,
is
come
we
on.
can already one arm this bitch.
It's a fucking airsoft. Look at the front orange.
Or it's a
tip.
sa- or it's a
it
safety
is.
one.
Yeah, it is.
What is the point of this shit besides it getting in the way?
Third arm, bro. No, but you're right. That's exactly my take on this.
Right.
So they're hyping this all up all
Big-
over social media, and I'm just saying, Andy, I'll wait. You can weigh in a second. I'm just saying that like this is stupid unless it's literally a big ass machine gun.
Right.
Like
the fucking
there's no reason to have this
from the Predator. That
and
big.
even if
fucking-
it was, here we go. Here's a machine gun. So even if it is a machine gun, right, and that's even not a big one. I'm just saying, like, even if it's a machine gun, you still got to duck and you got to crawl. How are you gonna crawl with this bitch?
Yeah.
You even asked me earlier. You're like, "What is it? What is it? A 240 Bravo?" And I'm like, "No, it's a fucking
Yeah, it's a saw.
249,
It's a
dude."
fucking saw.
So the whole idea behind this is that
Flag the fuck out of that guy. Did you guys see
Yeah,
that?
he did. He flagged him.
There you
Go
go. Yeah, the whole idea of this thing is to hold the weight up, and then you
Right.
could just jerk it with your other hand. It's called a combat jerk.
It's called super jerk.
It's,
Super jerk.
It's literally super jerk.
exoskeleton
Yeah.
combat jerk.
So I think everyone here at Grim 86 thinks it's a cool idea, but I think we all think this is gay.
But I mean, think about it. You just
It's not even a cool
hold it
idea,
up with
dude.
one
It is a cool
arm, and
idea
then
because
the
it's
other arm
the
you just-
idea of it, right? Is just to keep the weight off, so you don't have to carry this around. I get the idea of it,
Yeah.
but
Like,
it's not implemented correctly. It's
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
it's
it's a horrible
definitely in
design.
development. It's in it's in development.
Really
horrible.
bad execution. Just
Yeah.
like really bad execution.
I think it's a great idea.
Fuck, dude. Hey,
Yes, Andy.
You just want to jerk it.
He just wants a one-handed shoot and jerk.
Hey, literally, think of
Yeah.
the Instagram picture of me
Jerking it, it is chopping
with one
yeah.
arm,
Yeah.
and then just
Or
I
just
don't know where my
take
other
the
hand
weapon
goes.
off of it and put a fake hand on it. For
yeah,
Andy.
yeah. And then I
Yeah.
just got
A
both
com-
hands.
a
I
com-
like the way you think,
A
Chris.
G.I.
I
Joe
like
combat hand.
Sure. Or
You can call it the handy.
yeah, hashtag fleshlight.
There you go.
Hey-o.
Hashtag
Andy's handies.
fleshlight.
Andy's handies.
That's a trademark. You can't take that.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's the intellectual
that's,
property
that's
of Grim
trademark.
86 Freedom
Yeah,
First
with
Podcast.
your Freedom Lube. Yeah, you just slap some of that on.
So
Bada bing, bada boom.
I have one question for you guys.
Yeah.
Is Freedom Lube a gun solvent?
It is
Or
multiple
is it a,
things.
is
Yes,
it a, is it
it's
a,
like Frog Lube.
or is it like
probably
a
get sued
or
for
is it
that,
like a
but-
sex lube?
It is like
Yeah. You
like
can
how,
use it for both.
How
Because
the-
you
look, it's
can't,
like this.
I knew you were going to say that,
It's like
Andy,
this.
but you cannot use it for both. It's got to be one or the
No.
other.
Frog Lube.
It
No.
doesn't
Frog
have
Lube.
a petroleum
You
product
can't use
in
it for both.
Frog Lube is biodegradable, and you can put it in your mouth and
Dude,
eat it,
it's
and
like
it will
this.
not kill you.
What
So you can put it on your dick.
Yep. Depends
That's
on
science.
Don't tell me you would actually do that.
I'm not saying I would do that.
It's
I'm
the
just
opposite
saying.
if the government should.
Jamie,
biodegradable.
Jamie, it depends. I mean, is Bailey J on my phone or am I just shooting? Because either way, I'm gonna have a big old freedom boner.
Well, yeah, all
I'm
right.
into the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
Andy, you ask the important questions. When you're right, you're right. Okay,
Sure.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And viewers at home, you want a good gun cleaner outside of until Freedom Lube is invented.
Yeah.
Frog Lube. I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Check it out. Biodegradable, created by Navy SEAL.
So
I rock that shit, and a bunch of my buddies do.
I used to like Frog Lube.
You could lick it.
I'll test it out tonight, Jamie, and tell you how it goes.
We'll report back.
The Freedom Tiers or the
Freedom Lube?
The Freedom Lube?
No. Frog Lube.
Do you guys need
Frog Lube.
Overwatch?
Sure, absolutely.
So
Always
down.
safety in numbers, bro.
Yes.
So
Safety
down,
in numbers.
back to back.
Andy, I really appreciate you doing that important
Yeah, it's
research.
scientific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scientific
Because here at Green
experiment.
86 Freedom First Podcast, we are all about science.
Always about science.
Yeah.
No, we do research.
Yeah,
we,
absolutely.
We do. It is what it is.
And I'd like to apologize to the viewers. This is a shit show. We usually
shit
announce that in
show.
the beginning, but official stamp.
We
of,
kind of didn't.
It's always
Yeah.
a shit
Normally
show.
we say in the beginning, right?
It is what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hey, can I do a quick shameless self plug?
Sure, go for it.
Gonna be hosting a tournament, Super Smash Brothers.
Holy
What?
fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
It's going down.
At the bar, the one here in town that I
Sure.
go to. I'm not gonna say which one,
Sure,
but
sure.
you know which one. Come on, don't look me in the
Yeah.
eye and don't tell me you don't know fucking which one.
No.
It's good. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers on the Switch. Bring your own controller. It's gonna be 8 p.m. It's gonna be on February 13th. It's gonna be a Wednesday. Show up if you want to.
The day before
asshole.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Fuck
one
yeah,
day
man.
smash before you
Hashtag
smash.
virgins. All right.
Smash before you
Continue.
smash. Get it? Right? Because it's Valentine's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're smashing. Whatever. I mean, if
Smash
you're not,
Brothers.
I'm not going to be. But I
Smash
mean,
that ass.
Whatever.
There's,
Eh,
wait.
it is what it is. It
There's
is what it
Smash
is.
Brothers and there's Smash That Ass, brother.
Why did you say brother after that?
Just knuckles. Just knuckles.
Just
That's
feel
fine.
that's the way
I
it
like
is.
it.
Or,
I like it. I like it.
Just bust out the Frog Lube that night if you're not getting any.
Yeah, well, let us know next week.
Get froggy with it.
Episode 27, Andy will get back to us about the lubricational factors of Frog Lube.
See, I only stepped in
Science.
halfway, so I'm not like my shit show self.
Sure.
You know,
No, yeah. You
Well,
need to catch up.
Have another beer.
feel like
Fucking- I mean,
episode
I don't-
5
what do you,
needs
what
a
do you,
retake.
What do you need here? What do you need from us, Andy? How can I make you better?
Yeah.
Is there any
Not
way-
that you need to be better. I'm just saying, what do you
Sure,
need
sure,
from
sure.
me? You know what I mean?
Can you pause it?
I sure can.
Might as well. Got about 5 minutes. And then we're going to...
It's super fucking triggering.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Go.
We're just going to do it. All right, here we are. Here we go. Like, fuck, come on. Johnny, you got that one? Reference? Joke.
He was a wonderful father, and he was a soon-to-be father, and
Hey, what's that you
I
got
wish
there?
I could have him back.
Alicia
Oh,
Cadena
nothing.
is still in shock after her
Can
father,
I-
49-year-old
nothing.
Ernie Cadena,
Do you?
was gunned
Can I have
down along
some?
with 4 others at Meadowview Park on Sunday, where a group had gathered to film a music video.
It was his only day off of work, and he just came to the wrong place at the wrong time.
So they're
He did
pulling on
not
your
survive.
heartstrings is this
I truly
new
miss him
story that
a
we just
lot.
started playing out of
5
nowhere.
people were shot in Meadowview on Sunday.
The homicide prompted Mayor Darrell Steinberg to push up a vote on the controversial Advanced Peace program by 2 weeks.
And let's get going on doing everything we can to save innocent lives.
The program targets key gang
Listen to
member
this.
agitators, offering them cash stipends to graduate school and overall remain peaceful. It already claimed success in dropping crime rates in Richmond in
bribery.
the Bay Area.
Yeah.
The city of Sacramento would
Can
still
we-
have to
can I
pay
pause it?
half the
Yeah,
cost of
absolutely.
that
Yes.
program.
Yeah.
One
Go
point-
for it. So tell people.
So offering cash stipends to gang members to remain peaceful and go to school, literally paying terrorists.
Yeah, negotiating with them. Yeah.
Where do I sign up?
So I know, right?
Fuck.
Let's all start a gang, and
Are we-
we're gonna
so-
get paid.
Are we a gang yet?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
we
how do
can,
we-
yeah. There's more than
Yo, dog.
2 of us. So
In the streets.
That- is
two
that-
of us. I feel like it's just a partnership. Now, when you make it 3 or more, I think that's a gang.
Well, there's 4 of us here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got it.
We have a black guy, so that makes that immediately makes us
and
a
he's
gang,
got a
right?
blimp.
That
so
immediately makes us a gang, right?
I'm
Doesn't
Mexican,
it?
so
Sure, yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
You know?
And I'm from the streets.
That's right.
Yeah, we have enough.
So we got
we have enough minorities to make this a gang, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Holy racism.
Yeah, because there's totally not Aryan gangs, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
fucking God, dude.
All right, so let's go.
Fuck you guys.
So let's just put it this way: they're trying to pay. So government money is going in to, and I'm going to keep it simple. The government money is going to pay gangs off so they do not commit further violence, is what they are saying. So viewers at home,
right?
Yeah. So, do you want to finish this and then we can critique it a little?
Dude, no. So, you want to go back?
Yeah,
into it?
there's more.
Okay.
The more
all
the
right,
details
all
are
right,
here.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck. I'm just so mad about it. Like,
Sure.
I fucking
Use
what's going on?
fucking
What's going on?
guys.
Something's happening here.
What's? Come on. I'm sorry, Phils.
That's all right. Hit refresh maybe,
Is
and
that
then
the- is
we'll
that refresh?
and then we could just jump.
I'll just skip it. I'll just skip it through. Skip it on in, as it were.
Hit play and then like jump in a couple
He
minutes.
was a wonderful father.
fucking,
and
like,
Going
We'll
on,
catch
like
up.
doing
back.
everything
There
we
it is.
can to
There you
save
go.
innocent lives.
The program targets key gang member agitators, offering them cash stipends to graduate school and overall remain peaceful. It already claimed success in dropping crime rates in Richmond in the Bay Area, but the city of Sacramento would still have to pay half the cost of the program, $1.5 million, out of the city's general fund.
In multiple places in the resolution, we say it's a
Out of the
4-year
city's
contract.
general
In
Listen,
the contract, we
listen
call it a 3-year contract. Those are key critical terms. They don't agree.
During the discussion leading up to the vote, City
she's
Councilwoman
traitor as
Angelique
fuck.
Ashby criticized the advance piece's contract
Watch
language,
this is great.
often butting heads with the mayor.
We would have to lack funding within the budget of the task force. That is exactly verbatim what it says.
That's not what it means, but go ahead.
So it says, so she was like dropping science and fact, right?
Yeah.
That's what it says.
She's saying that
that's
it'll-
the legalese.
They're taking it out,
but
of
he's
the,
saying it's not what it feels.
That's not what it means.
No, not even that. Well, check it. He just admitted to fucking corruption right there. Yeah. He's saying that he's going to take part of one budget that's supposed to go for something else, except that's not what it means.
Sure.
So he's saying that it's not going to go exactly. It's not going to be taken away from this group to be paid to this group.
All right. So let's.
So when you go to court, to fight this, like they have to go by what is in the agreement.
The wording by legal definition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the laws are always going to be written up by the legal definitions, right?
What are you,
So
stupid?
he's just going by emotion and like.
What are you,
definitely going by emotion.
Oh God. Oh my God.
All right, so let's do a Grim 86 Freedom First breakdown of this. So what it's saying, let's do the grand picture and then we can all critique whatever it is we want to critique. So what it's saying is, which they're not saying on this news report, is your money can be stolen by force by the government agents, right? They can steal your money and take that money and then go pay off criminals to not harm you. Whatever happened, and don't negotiate with terrorists, don't break the law. So basically we're going into this weird gray area that you should not be going into.
Hey, Johnny,
Yeah.
my Italian's starting to come up inside
Right,
me
yeah.
a little bit. hey, maybe,
Yeah. Come on now,
maybe,
yeah.
hey,
Hold
you
on
know
a
what?
second.
No, hold on.
I
No,
gotta
no,
switch.
you hold on a second. Maybe if you want to run a business, maybe you got to pay me some protection money.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know,
Or else
forget
you're
about
gonna
it.
see the
Otherwise-
hot side of this fucking pinky ring upside your fucking head.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Otherwise, something bad might happen. We don't want to have that going on now,
Yeah,
dude.
this
We're
is
here
some
for your
mafia shit,
protection.
bro.
Hey,
This is
Jamie,
mafia shit.
you want to start the Italian-Irish mob all over again?
Right? So
I'm
what are
fucking
we
down.
What are we, the Boondock Saints over here?
I mean,
Danny Green, number
This-
2 right here.
this is definitely like a protection racket, but the sheep are paying for it
Okay, so
It's so
coerced
sad.
money.
so check
which is
this out.
crazy.
You know how it said the program was successful in Richmond?
Supposedly, that's what
Okay.
they're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know who funded that? That was privately funded. That was privately funded by.
This one is not.
I don't have a problem.
No,
with
listen.
I don't have a
Yeah,
problem
but
with
this-
privately funded shit.
Wait, listen though, guys. Listen. It was a test pilot program for this.
Right, this is government money.
Right. So privately funded companies did the test work for the government It was successful in Richmond, and now the government is going
Supposedly.
to implement it. No, it's fact.
Supposedly successful.
Why is Richmond still a shithole?
Successful. Yeah, that is
we haven't
debatable.
looked into that at all.
That is debatable.
Even the
completely.
wording on this. So me and Jamie
Right.
before the show looked this up to see if it was privately funded, and it said it was a charitable program. But it wasn't saying it was from private charity, and then it proved in the hearing on that video that it was actually government that was doing it. So it's all worded.
It went even farther than that. They're trying to say it's charitable, and it literally said that they came out of the state fund.
The act is charitable. Is what is actually what it is. Yeah, so what they're confusing is the act is charitable, right? But not the actual private charity. Like when you think of charity, you're thinking of a private organization. So their whole wording was even to mislead you.
Get fucked.
Which is why I said when they say it was successful, you don't know that. And I had that same situation happen with online stuff this week with a libertarian page that was actually saying one thing, and then I dropped some science on their ass, and the whole entire group went quiet on it. So, yeah. It happens. I just gave them some fact, and then they were like, oh, okay, so we were wrong. And they put a fact checker below the statement and the meme, and it proved that you can't go by that. You have to actually research. By using a fact checker or a media site, you can't just go by one thing. You have to actually do your research. That's why we're always like, hashtag look it up. That doesn't mean just go type in, oh, fact checker, is this true? Well, who's running the fact checker, first off?
Dude, so
you got to fact check the fact check.
I'll tell you one thing right now. I have a woman that I used to work with who was my producer when I worked in the gaming industry. She is a role model, and I admire her, and she's helped me out in.
You look up to her.
I do.
Right.
She's helped me out in numerous financial situations where I needed a fucking job. Right. Anyway, she's very left, but she's very like pro Second Amendment. So she's got her own thing that she's working on. She's not.
Sure.
I wouldn't call her a leftist, but I wouldn't call her a right winger.
She's left leaning, but she's independent.
She's independent, right?
Sure.
But she fucking hates Trump. She hates him, and I hate him too.
And you're in good company here at Grim
Fine.
86.
Fine.
I'm not speaking for Andy.
But she fucking always calls him the PGTOUS, like the pussy grabber of the United States or whatever.
Orange guy.
And it's like,
The
yeah,
orange
fuck,
guy.
that really sucks that she's like 100%, like she won't give him credit for anything.
I don't either.
Not that he's got much to fucking take credit for.
I don't give him any credit for anything. So
either way, she was on social media and she's talking about she put up a thing that was like one of those fact checkers and like how many lies that the president said during the State of the Union, and I read through it and I was like, 50% of these things that he said were not lies.
Right.
Like the 50% of them were actual, so it's like, what do you really?
So you're
what they all do.
And that's what I was just saying, because the fact checkers are still a company, right? That's putting out their own propaganda or an individual.
Yeah.
So you can't go by a fact checking
put out facts
mechanism
with untruths.
I'm still
go look up the details on it. You know
I'm
what I mean?
still on her side as a person. I still respect her as a person, and
but they don't understand. But
she,
it's not just her. People don't understand that they see a thing that says on your computer that says fact check, so they're just assuming that
they
that's
read the
be,
headline.
Sure,
they read the headline.
Or they'll click it and they're assuming that person or company is legit. You can't go by that. You actually have to look up what the facts are, because in the facts that I was talking about on the libertarian page was, so the question, the meme was the meme was basically, I haven't seen this many people wearing white since the Democrats started the Ku Klux Klan. And I think that was funny.
Right.
So I liked it and shared it. So they were coming against that.
That's rough,
now,
dude. Holy
right.
shit.
But if you go on Wikipedia,
that was pretty accurate.
But it's pretty accurate. Now, the semantics of it was the Democratic Party did not start the Ku Klux Klan. However, all the members were in the Democrat Party. So it is the same thing, and a meme is still there to provoke thought.
It's the party of the South. Everybody fucking knows that.
Yeah, the Dixiecrats, right?
Yeah.
So the difference was that meme was to invoke thought.
Right.
Like that's what it was supposed to be. But instead they get into these little things, and then they when they got called on it, and I literally screenshotted Wikipedia quoting that they were all going against Republican
like
states.
all the people who
It's
fought
proving
for
what I
the
was saying.
union,
and everyone went quiet.
Everybody, for people to get triggered like that, it's crazy. Like out of nowhere to start defending, especially libertarians defending Democrats.
Okay, so I'm just going to give you the update. I just checked my phone real fast because it's been at least 4 hours since I checked. And we all know how group pages, right? Group pages are. So I'm going to show Chris because he can see it right here. Democrats did found, right?
Yeah.
So look. So everyone after I posted the science of it, it went dead for a couple hours. And now everyone's saying
They're
that,
mad.
Of course.
No. What I'm saying is, actually on this page, no one actually went crazy on it. No one has actually combated anything I said because I presented a fact, and every single person that's commented since then was all saying, "You're right."
I feel like that would never happen to me.
But it would because here's the thing. I had proof and I had actual fact that I was working with, and I posted it, and then as soon as they saw it, there's no way you can dispute the fucking truth, right?
So here's my problem.
And they are libertarians. They do think a little bit better than the average Joe.
I will come at people with a principle.
Sure.
That I believe is right. Now I understand
this is correct all the time. This was a history thing, but yes, you are right.
I understand that like you can disagree with a principle, but you have to then have a different principle that then supersedes mine, right? Until you can tell me why
or opposes,
exactly.
Sure.
But like you come at somebody with a principle and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like this. And they're like, "Well, so
principals of schools are always dicks, though."
Oh, dude, it's I'm just saying.
#, fuck you, Mr. Houston.
Like I don't want to
First grade,
again.
School. Yeah,
again.
Sure, I'm bitter.
That's deep. That's
sorry.
That's
Continue.
Deep, it's very deeply seated.
Just had to get it out
That's
there.
okay.
Yeah. Child abuse is that way.
Yeah.
Continue.
Shit, yeah, fucking # him too. Apparently, fuck. We so
me too. That should be the me too. Child abuse, bro. That should be the me too. All right, continue.
Sorry,
I derailed. Sorry.
Fuck, and chances are they don't. They either like your principle or they don't like your principle.
Right.
Right, and so.
And a good thing is if they don't agree with your premise of that principle, then it's usually gonna. If you can't win them over on that, like that part of it, you're probably just wasting your time. At that point,
So
then just back out and
I will
and feed them only information about the principle. And once they eventually, and I'm talking about a long-term game, like if it's your friend. So then, like, keep battling them just on that one principle. When they finally see the light, and that is always theft is always wrong. We'll just go there. So if theft is always wrong, once they come to that term and there is no way around it, then you can move on from there. Does that kind of make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. It makes perfect sense because what you're doing is you're bringing the argument back to a rational element, and you're like always referencing that. Now, the one that I have a problem with is that like I was literally talking with Ray. I've fucking second time I've mentioned him in the show, and he's like,
that was your first mistake.
You
stop
think,
talking to Ray.
Yeah, we both know that.
No, well, hold on though.
Continue.
Like you think that like. You should be able to have whatever the government has, whatever the fucking military has.
Yes,
I do.
Sure.
And then he has all these. All these arguments against it, and it's like, what do I do to be like, you're fucking wrong, boys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the one that wants to be fucking oppressed.
I
You're
think
the
the
one that wants to
government-
be fucking told how you can fucking live your life.
I think
Not
we
me.
should have better weapons in our government, dude.
Yeah, we should. Well, according to the Constitution, we're supposed to have equal with them, right? We're supposed to have the capabilities that they have so we can keep them in check. That's what the Second Amendment's about. Not about hunting. It's not necessarily about just purely self-defense. It's about tyrannical takeover.
It's about fucking regulating a
protecting
well-armed
yourself.
militia.
Protecting you against the government. That's what it's
anybody.
about. Well, it's about tyrannical.
Even members of the government state that too. You know,
exactly.
Some of them are like,
the ones that don't have their heads completely up their ass. Yes, absolutely. So that's what the Second Amendment's about. Now, here at Grim 86, most of us are just like, no, it's ultimately, we keep it on a simpler level, which we always try to do, which says we're simpler. But
we're simpleton.
I'm a simpleton.
However, self-defense is ultimately what it's about. So he was, Chris, I'm speaking for him, was trying to say that it's actually a self-defense thing, which is what tyrannical or any other thing would be about. Like if you're going to the core principle of it, it is about what Chris is saying. However, I was trying to explain like the statist. The statists are always going to come from the Second Amendment. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. But for us here, we all think that it doesn't even matter. That's just the speaking for I'm believing this side of the table here. We think that the Constitution is just a fucking piece of paper.
Isn't it
and
neat?
us,
Isn't it
it's a total
nice
and
paper?
it's well written.
It's stating the obvious.
However, we want freedom in our name
Yeah.
is freedom first, and so we think that everyone here has the right to defend themselves, and we don't need a paper to do that. That goes along with the non-aggression principle and voluntary transactions.
Nobody has the right to initiate force against me.
Here, so I think the paper is neat. It's really
it's written well. I like it.
It's neat, but like you. So if that paper is what gave me,
right.
we're gonna say all the rights that I have, then fuck that paper. Then I have those rights and get fucked.
Right.
Like
and
really is what it comes down to.
And I think that what we're talking about is rights are usually and you know what? I really have been trying to look into this. Rights are always kind of a thing that a creator or a government, either or, has kind of given you. Right, it's kind of like that human right, that the rights or whatever it is. What libertarians, I would go definitely with the ANCAPs, are definitely more about the private property end of it, and so that would mean that you are your own property, and so when you're born, you understand that you are responsible. Like as soon as you can start thinking, you understand that you're responsible. Like once you put your hand on something hot, you understand, ow, that was hot, and this is my body, so. Obviously, that's your property, and you want to protect it because the most selfish thing that an individual is going to have is taking care of their own personal self, their body, their physical body, right? So that goes into that whole self-ownership.
Johnny, I don't even want. This is like I don't even want to get into this right now.
No. I understand that.
It's so existential, so
correct.
big.
But what I'm saying is this steps over the rights. This is saying that I deserve to protect my own body, so therefore I should have the rights to have any kind of weapons I see fit to defend myself. So this steps past the rights. You see what I'm saying? That was all, and I'm just trying to keep it simple. We can talk about this later, but I'm just saying that's where I come from.
That was the best interpretation I've ever heard of that.
Thank you.
Because like I couldn't have said it fucking simpler myself.
I try to keep it really simple.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook, Pornhub. What the fuck else are we on?
Instagram, if someone would update it. Twitter, if someone would update it. Facebook is always updated.
Facebook,
we got Patreon. We also have our website. Make sure you guys check that out.
We don't know how to use Patreon.
What's SoundCloud? We're on SoundCloud.
Yeah. So SoundCloud, Facebook, and Facebook. Those are the main ones.
And definitely go to shop.spotify.grim
for your merch.
For your merch. We're going to need that. Like I said, we've already explained this to you guys earlier. We only make $5 off any purchase you guys make. You're not really kicking back a whole lot, but you'd be looking fucking sexy. Yeah. So it's kind of like a give and take kind of a thing here. So we'd really appreciate it if you fucking bought
You
some
will
fucking
guarantee
merch.
to get fucked, though, if you wear it. So if you wear any of the merchandise, it's 100%. No, it's actually 99 because you could fuck it up.
Buy
we can only do so much for you.
This is the way it goes. If you don't get laid, it's not our fault.
It's the 1%.
Your fault.
You're the 1%.
Yeah, our shirt will get you
1%.
laid.
Yeah,
but you will fuck it up.
Well, no, hold on. We said
no.
We said they get fucked. Doesn't mean we didn't say get laid. We didn't say get laid.
Oh, okay.
Like you're either gonna get ambushed by some sort of social fucking media tyrant.
Yeah.
Or
a terrorist cell.
Or maybe get laid.
Or you maybe literally get fucked. Yeah. So we don't know.
Getting laid wearing our gear is like probably
you have a better chance of getting laid
on the lowest
than getting
tier.
fucked.
Sure.
But I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
that is what it is. It's fun. It's fun. It'll be a good time.
All right. So we got the wrap up. Let's do this,
the wrap
Jamie.
up. All right. So okay. So it's ma'am, asshole.
Yeah.
We're like a month or 2 months
behind this fucking
too
story
late on
sure.
that one. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because we don't really get caught up in that stuff, but that's funny. I think that's funny. Yeah.
Fire, asshole.
Oh, okay. Sure.
If you watched some of the stuff, it would make more sense.
Fire. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I had fire coming out of my asshole
No,
like
Taco
5
Bell?
minutes ago. Yeah. Talk
sure.
about
America is already a socialist country, asshole.
Yes, you fucking idiots.
Fuck. All right.
Continue. Yeah,
You're
that's a good
horrible.
one.
The whole cold front. It's cold, asshole.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
it's-
vortex
My
of
asshole's
cold.
cold. Yeah.
Hey,
Hashtag pucker
that
factor.
homeowner, don't fuck with the AK, asshole.
What'd you call me?
Home
Goddamn
owner.
AK.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say
Yeah.
homo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, continue.
Oh, shucks.
Damn it.
And we got that military thing. I got your third arm right here,
Yeah,
asshole.
hashtag kickstand. Look it up. Third arm kickstand, whatever.
It's on
same
my
thing.
dick.
And then after that, hey, fuck
There
your
you go.
gangs, asshole.
Yeah, fuck you, gangs.
That's all we got for you.
Yeah, all right, Chris.
That's
Take
it.
us out.
We're out of here. Thank you guys for joining us for
Episode
another-
26.
Another exciting episode of Grim 86 Freedom First podcast. Remember, don't trust your leaders. We're out.
Yeah, it was the shit show.
Sir!